promises to be a spectacular affair as beauties of the Caribbean compete on one stage for the title of Miss Caribbean United. Come see contestants from the islands of Trinidad, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, Anguilla, Dominica, Venezuela, Antigua, Dominican Republic, Margarita, Barbados, and host country Grenada. It's the 2018 Miss Caribbean United pageant, Saturday, June 2nd at the Spice Basket, uniting the Caribbean through beauty.
Look up now! Watch up now! My name is Jalen Olive, better known as Boise, better known as the Madras, your cultural ambassador, 4-time Soca Monarch of Grenada, 2 times OECS Monarch and 2 times Road Match, inviting you to Spice Mass 2018. This will be the one to experience. Well, Carnival Friday night is the biggest night because guess what? 1 stage, 1 night, 2 competitions, Groovy and Power. And guess what? Your artist may be the one. You never know. Come out and see who take the title. Foreigners come down to see it. Enough vibes, enough energy. Rag, flag, bandanas. It's pandemonium on that night, so you don't know. I mean, I will be defending on that night, so make sure and be there. Carnival Friday night, so come on. Number 5. Johnny! Put your hand up in the air. Rag up in the air. Put your flag up in the air. Put your hand up in the air. Put the gun. 1, 2, put the gun. So come on.
The Royal Grenada Police Force presents Ecstatic 3. A night of elegance, talent, intelligence, laughter, fun, entertainment, and refreshments as the men and women of the 4 clubs, along with Her Majesty's Prison, challenge each other for the King and Queen title, along with bragging rights. It's a night of lyrics and entertaining calypsos as the Police Monarch will be crowned Friday, 1st June, Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m. Tickets cost $30 and you can win fantastic door prizes. Ecstatic 3, Friday, June 1st, Grenada Trade Center. This ad sponsored by Huggins.
Did you know that mosquitoes are the carriers of disease? Well, it is the responsibility of all householders to ensure that containers around the home are properly managed. Efforts must be made to reduce the mosquito population. Cover all water drums and barrels tightly by using a cloth and elastic band or other appropriate method of covering. Remember, mosquitoes are your enemies, not your friends. That was a message.
For over 2 decades, Grenada has had one of the highest electricity rates in the world. In a non-competitive environment, the high rates have been putting businesses under pressure, forcing householders to cut, stifling economic growth. Oh my Grenada. Like countries such as Dominica, St. Lucia, and Jamaica, Grenada is moving to open up the power generation sector to competition. Oh my Grenada. Like with telecommunications, competition will spur innovation, ensure efficiency and reliability, and make electricity more affordable. The economy will grow faster, and in the end, the network company will sell more. With a stronger economy, electricity usage will increase, maintaining profits for the provider while the prices gets lower for the consumer. Power to the people. Oh my Grenada. In a liberalized economy, everybody wins. Liberalization is about the people of Grenada. Fair competition, fair prices, power to the people.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
So high, dash, Find me by myself in a van. Most energetic, most vibes and pure bacchanal. I'm feeling free, no luggage. I decide to hit all party this year for myself and leave out my friends. Especially the broke pockets who won't drink all day and won't give a cent. I cannot understand how someone could do such thing and still enjoy themselves. This year catch me by myself. Boom, carnival me alone.
Yes, and a good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. 4 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. Good morning to you, Devon.
Good morning, Sheldon.
All right, nice. Yeah, I find out hearing you, man.
Yeah, but
well, wait, no, I ain't find out hearing you. I wonder what's going on there. Go ahead, man, talk.
Yeah. Like we have, I play Dash. We are company this morning.
Yeah, man, we are real company this morning. Yeah, we are real company this morning.
Be very careful too, eh?
Yeah, we had to be careful with what we say this morning, and we had to be extremely careful.
Because the most important, we get arrested and we go straight to the prison.
Next thing, it has somebody from prosecution here too, you know, so we getting all those, you know. I hope all them vehicle outside license.
Good morning, Grenada.
Yes, indeed, folks. It is Hard Talk on a Monday, the 20th day of... I nearly say November, you know. I nearly say November, you know. But I don't know how I reach down there. Wake up on the wrong side. Wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah, but folks, the 20th day of May 2018. And as you know, you're just a couple days away from Ecstatic 3. Yes, it is the Royal Grenada Police Force. They're having Ecstatic 3. It's going to be a wonderful night of performances by the various members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, the Prison Service, the various departments of the RGPF. And we have in studio with us, Devon, tell the people who are in studio with us this morning, man.
We have, they always say ladies first, eh?
Yes, they take from the ladies' side first day, yeah.
Representing the Prison Services, we have Mrs. Aisha Andrew.
Aisha Andrew. Devon, for some reason, I ain't hearing your microphone. Technical man, I'm not hearing Devon microphone. Let me see if I hear you now.
Yeah, you look at me on now.
Nah, still ain't hearing you there. Nah, I ain't fine. I hear the blip and I ain't hearing you, man. That man get a whole cable there. Yeah? Nah, everything is on here, but I ain't hearing you, man. Okay, I think I seen what happened here. Let me try that. And let me see if you hear you now. Still ain't hearing you there. Is that one there? Well, I know I ain't hearing him on that mic. But let me go ahead, man. Let's go. So we have first up we have Miss.
Yes, Miss Aisha Andrews representing the Prison Services.
Yes, Miss Andrews, say good morning to the people now.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
Yes, I think they're hearing Miss Andrew, but something up with that mic too. Yeah, so we might have to just swing the boom. You understand? Yeah, Mr. Technical Man ain't so technical this morning. That is dead, eh? All right, yeah. So, folks, while Mr. Technical Man walking around, those of you on the live could see him walking around this morning, trying to see how he get the thing sorted out and all of that, right? Yeah. So while we on to that, we have Miss Aisha Andrew. She's representing the Prison Service. Right next, we have Mr. Derek Murray. He's also Prison Service. Say a special good morning.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and Hard Talk listeners. Good morning to you all.
Yes, indeed. And, yeah, along with them, representing Ogilvy Club. Yeah, we telling you what club the man from Ogilvy. Yeah, right, nice. Yeah, Blue Club. That is Mr. Travis Batiste. Go right ahead and say good morning, sir.
Pleasant good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Tune in, we're live.
All I realize is some energetic people are coming inside here this morning. So all I realize what's going on with that show on Friday. That show ain't going to be an easy show to deal with on Friday. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show. And we're asking each and every one of you to get your tickets now. Yeah, you could check the various police stations. Check the police canteen. You know what the police canteen is? When you're in town, you're going by Andal, across somewhere that sell them DVD and them kind of thing there. Right. You cross the road right by the pan house. You go upstairs there. Right? That is the police canteen. And you could get your tickets. What's the price of the tickets? People price of the tickets again?
It's $30 single and $4 for $100.
$4 for $100. $4 for $100. So the whole family. The husband, the wife, 2 children.
And
Right.
I think kids under 12, I believe, or 12, it's going to be $15.
$15.
Yes.
So watch, all you bring the children to and watch. All you know it's going to be a safe show to bring your children to. It's going to be a safe show. As everything with the police force, it's extremely safe. You can bring your children to those. Yeah, the security more than tight, boy. The security. I tell you, we haven't the Maria. What that's called the Maria. Them old people that's called that. Them the police van, the prison van, the Maria. Yeah, we have any Maria outside. And you see there are some nice new one. We leaving 3 outside. South St. George Police Station close. You get trouble, we book in you and up the hill. So nobody ain't coming and get trouble in that show. Sure, and that one, security tight. So it's going to be a wonderful one to come on. Let me just check first with you first, Travis.
Yes.
How long have you been a police officer and what department are you attached to?
Well, I've recently joined the force a couple months now, and I'm
Nice.
attached to Central Police Station.
Central Police
Right
Station.
on Carenage, yes.
Wonderful, man. Wonderful, wonderful. You have to look out for him when I pass in there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
pass the
yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
And
they send
I'll
him out
pass
on
on the
traffic
top.
duty.
And I'll pass on the top.
You pass
so,
on the top.
yeah.
You might get away a little bit. I ain't gonna get away now, but I pass in the regular. Yes, indeed. So you've been involved. Why policing? Why do you get involved in policing, man? I mean, construction, they quick money on the side, they ting, construction, you do a thing, they go and you do a next one. Teaching, it have all different things. Why policing?
Well, growing up as a young person, I always admire the Royal Grenada Police Force. The way they have kept our island people safe. So that kind of motivate me, and from that I derive a passion to become a police officer.
So this is something you have a passion about.
Yes, something.
It's not just a work for you, but it's a passion.
Something I enjoy doing.
I find that's something we keep getting from all the police officers. They're kind of passionate about the job. They're passionate about it. And I'm very, very glad for that. Let me ask you, that's Derek. I remember Travis' name, quick, I had to look to remember Derek. But what kind of thing is that?
Murray, just remember Murray.
And Derek Murray, the cricketer, the wicket keeper, one of the best ever. Derek Murray, the man, a good name. Yeah, man. And same time as we had Devon Smith back on the West Indies team.
At same time as we had Devon.
Boss, that might be saying something, you know. Careful, you know. That might be saying something, you know. Yeah, Derek, you're into the prison service.
Yes, I am.
It's not something that we see many people aspiring to. How long have you been involved?
Only just a couple of months. October is going to be a year for me.
Okay, so you're in the new batch of prison officers that came out last year.
Yes.
Why the prison service? Why you going to put yourself around all them criminal and them, man?
Well, actually, a lot of persons would have taken it as a surprise because it involved more in sales and.
Yeah.
But it was a personal decision to get into something new, something that you can help people. Mm-hmm. Rehabilitation is something that I'm really, it's a bit new to me, but I'm very big on, and I would like to see more happening. If we can avoid much of our youths coming back into the prison system and getting them focused on the future, because I myself, I'm a father, right? Mm-hmm. So I would want a safe community and neighborhood for my kid or my child.
Nice.
So
that's wonderful. And I like the fact that you're speaking about rehabilitation. Some people tend to think prison is only about punishment.
Yes.
Every time you meet them prisoner, you have to give them some kick and some butu and them kind of thing. If they watch it too bad, you give them a 2 slap.
Yeah,
so people feel like what prison is about, isn't it? But you're speaking about rehabilitation. I'm glad to see that's the first thing that actually, and the main thing that has come out from what you have said.
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of programs going on, and unfortunately, it's a voluntary thing. Mm-hmm. So they have to choose. Mm-hmm. And then one of the biggest aspect I would like to see is after, when you actually leave, when you get that rehabilitated, when you leave, family members to assist. Give your family members, your friends, give them support, and hopefully maybe in time to come we should have a better counseling system, and maybe the government should have something in place to help them and assist them to ensure that they don't head back into prison.
That's called recidivism.
Yes,
recidivism. I finally gave it out biting the tip of my tongue off.
I've been avoiding the word
recidivism.
I didn't want to stutter too much.
You ain't no practice. I practice that, you know, boy. I don't real practice that, not to bite the tip of my tongue off. You know. I practice it like twister. I practice it like if I go in and sing calypso. So let me move to Miss Andrew. Miss Andrew, no stranger to the Grenadian public. But in another field, I find we seen you in something new today, and she in uniform, you know. She in uniform from here back up to work. Yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's just swing the mic a bit further, please, because I'm not hearing her on that mic, and we want the Grenadian people to hear her clearly. Yeah. So, you would have also just joined, so you would be making a year in October as well. Definitely. We know you're in Calypso.
Yes.
We know you're in culture.
Yes.
We know you're in youth development and community development.
Yes.
How you find yourself in prison?
Well,
hey, folks, let me correct that. Let's make this thing clear. When I say how she find herself in prison, I mean not as an inmate, not as a member of staff, not as an inmate. Right? Nice.
Correctional officer.
Yeah, a correctional officer, yes, as a CEO. So tell us, how you did this road find you at this end?
Well, definitely did, because community work does not extend just working in your immediate community, but being part of the prison services definitely extends what I've been doing for years. Youth, community development, culture. Going to the prison gives me a different outlook in terms of community work and rehabilitation. I believe we can offer a lot to the prison services in terms of assisting inmates to develop a new a sense of self and self-confidence and a new structure in terms of positivity. So the work that I've done before, it only extends now to the prison services, where there are persons who actually needs that kind of assistance to change into a positive way of life. Okay, so the work that you all have been doing, and let's let the general public know this in truth and in fact, to both officers from the prison service, you all ain't up there just beating up people. Well, you all ain't up there beating up people. You all ain't up there telling them no food for you today, you're behaving bad, and throwing them in some cell down in Jonestown and them place and them day. All right, all if I know about Jonestown, yes, I know Jonestown. Right, yes. You all are actually trying to work with them to rehabilitate them. And it also falls along the same line of what the Royal Grenada Police Force have been doing with their community outreach. Yes. So you all have been working with your community outreach programs. Yes. Been seeing you out in the community, engaging the youth, engaging people in general out in the communities. And for those that still fall through the cracks and they end up in the prison service, you all have been trying your very best to work with them to get them on the right track. You don't want to see their face again. If you see their face, it must be outside with them working, not inside as an inmate. Well, the prison have a number of things that they do at Her Majesty's Prison. And I think the public does not really know what happens out there. And we're trying now with our new commissioner and the management team there to let people know of the things that the prison are doing to assist inmates when they come there, so that they can go back out into society to make a positive impact on their lives and society. Now, people tend to think once you went to prison, that's the end of it. Remember, we want to continue keeping our community safe. So the more we can do to assist these people to become better educated, more skilled, and so that they can have a wider opportunity to be productive and to make a living, it's better for each and every one of us out there. So we don't have to worry. That man was a thief. When he come out, he's still going and thief. No, he's now equipped with a skill so that he can make a daily bread. He can earn something, and so refrain from those negative activities. So we have skills training program. We have basic reading and writing skills. We have school leaving, and we go as far as CXC examination at the prison. We do things like electrical installation, plumbing, carpentry, masonry, just to name a few things that we do up there. So the public must know it's not about just lock up and throw away the key, but helping those people to actually become productive citizens when they leave Her Majesty's Prison. Let me ask all three of you though, do you think that the average person who has a prison record receives a fair shake when they come out? That people are willing to accept them in the society, especially according to what the crime it is they may have committed is? You think the population treats them
like accepts them and say, okay, you're in prison, yeah, for rape, okay, no problem, all right, nice, yeah, come and work with me.
Oh no,
No, they don't.
They don't. And that is why we at the prison, we're trying to become, let people know what we're doing so that they can have a better understanding and maybe have a change of mind, re-education as to how these people should be treated and how we can help them to not commit those crimes again. Because if the community rejects them when they come out of prison, it is likely that they may just end up back in prison. Because at the prison, yes, they're serving their term and by law, but we're trying to make them feel as if they are important individuals. And so when they come out, if they're not getting that same feedback, they may just be inclined to return to us. So we're trying to educate the public, please, when they come out, see what you can do in your little small corner to shine a little light, to help these people to avoid coming back to Her Majesty's prison and to avoid committing crimes again.
Nice, beautiful. Now back to Ecstatic Tree.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because we know there is real action. We know that is real action on Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the prisoners rooting for you, so you see. Everybody up there rooting for all you.
Definitely.
If they have a vote by, no, they can't text, but they have phone on there. Cell phone, no, it's cell phone, but you can't have it in a cell. They have that. Not legally. If they find them with it, they problems, right?
Exactly.
So
If they find them with it, it's problems.
it's problems. So we have the Ecstatic 3 coming up, the third time this event is taking place. It's beginning to become a calendar event in Grenada. People are looking forward to it. I fully expect the trade center to be ram, cram, and jam.
Ram, cram, and jam.
Definitely. Yeah, so I have to come early and get a park. I have to come early and get a park and that kind of thing, right?
You have to get the show
Doors
from
open
start
from
to
3.
end.
Doors open from 3?
Remember,
a certain man say camping down there.
I want a prize to go in the hotel.
Apparently there's a prize.
Yes, there is.
The superintendent say it's a day pass. And I'm telling you what the super says. So,
the super saying day pass. Next thing you hear is a car, you know.
So, I mean, I keep my fingers crossed. But I will be there at 2:30.
As long as it's not a day pass to the prison.
Once another day pass to the prison. But the day, the kind of day to doesn't accept people in the prison that day.
But that kind of night and thing too. I had to wait until Monday. But anyhow, I don't know about that. If you know, you know. I don't know. But anyhow, so we're looking forward to the performances. Tell the folks, and let's swing to Derek for a while. Yes, I didn't have to look this time. Let's swing to Derek for a short while. Tell us a bit about what people can expect on Friday night, man. You're gonna bring it?
Well, definitely you don't have to bring it, you know. This year has been the first year that prisons has been invited to the King and Queen show. So I have to make the first impression is the best impression. So you have to mash up the thing.
Yes,
you
man.
Have to give her vibes. We have to showmanship everything. You're going to be bringing it definitely. Oh God, don't talk about my sister yet. Trust me. And just remember, after the King show, there's also going to be a Calypso show. So it's a ram-packed night, as you would have said.
Yes, man.
Singing, dancing, drama. Trust me, it's definitely something you don't want to miss. You're going to get your money's worth.
All right, and before we come back to the lady, we come into Travis now. Travis, man, you hear them prison officers and them sending it.
I hear them loud and
clear. Giving all,
loud and clear.
You can't let down the use a GBS system. The Esprit de Corps. The Esprit de Corps. No, I'm not a GBSS, but I tell you, no, me never went to school. You're a GBSS?
Yeah, proud GBSS.
The GBSS.
More of them again. More of them again. Can't avoid them GBSS boy in studio.
Yeah.
Remember, Sassy's here as well.
Sassy's here.
Sassy's here as well.
All right.
Sassy's
nice.
Here and
nice.
That's why the blue jersey. Sassy with blue.
You see this rivalry coming on all levels. It coming from department, it coming from house, it coming from school.
Yes.
Well, let me find out something. Which parish are you from? Where are you from? Which village?
Krong City.
Krong
City. So, I know we're famous for taking all the Krongs. So.
Top strikers. We're top strikers. The St. Davids. We all there.
So I said David, well, which village particularly St. David?
We're both from Windsor Forest.
Windsor Forest.
Yes.
And let's swing to Aisha. Aisha, tell us what people looking forward to the night. And I realize that you're in 2 competitions on the same night. I know how you're preparing and how you're dealing with that. but I hear you singing. Dash. The train thing in the train. Watch. Dash listening next door.
Dash grungs.
Dash listening next door.
Dash really.
Shondell. He's listening next door. Nice. Now, you in band practice now? That's why you should be in band practice. So you should be there. Yeah, in band practice. Go tape it and bring it for him. So you go here. Nice. But tell us, because we know you're in 2 competitions. You're also participating in the Calypso competition.
Yes, I am.
I think it's the first time as well that Prisons is taking part in the Calypso competition.
Yes, it started with me taking part in the Calypso competition.
Nice.
And then a little lady up there decides, well, I think you have something that you can take part in the Queen Show. Why you didn't take part in the Queen Show? And then she whispered it to the commission, and he said, well, yes, you have what it takes. So we're going to enter you in both competition. So I am, but it's not the first time, Sheldon, I have been part of both competitions. I can remember when I was in St. David Secondary School, I would have won the Queen Show and Calypso Show on the same night. So this is nothing new.
But that was just about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh no, quite a few years ago.
So you're sending your policemen, are they here?
Yes, I'm listening.
And you can have a charge for threatening language? Yes. Right now you're getting threatened. I'm telling you to come and take the thing. That's threatening language.
Well, being invited, I think the police expects prison to give them an excellent performance and nothing less. So we have to match what they have, and our intention is to surpass it by far.
You see what's going on? Independence, there's another big thing for independence about when they're going on march on the field and all kind of thing and looking more sharp. So the thing reached down to police week now, you know.
Yeah.
So this thing getting into a big rivalry, you know.
Sheldon, I must say that the police has been working with us very hard from training to now. And I must give kudos to Corporal Noel for an excellent job in teaching us such precise drill movements. So it is not the prison by itself, but we have been working along with the RGPF for a very long time. So it's not us by ourselves, but it's a collaborative effort to see all that you're seeing out on the field whenever we're out performing.
So you was one of them waking me up after 4 in the morning, marching from down Point Saline, come down the road, shouting all kind of noise, and you're hearing that noise.
If I may just interrupt.
You too! When you had all you was waking me up. It's okay. It's a pleasant thing.
Yes. It's all about unity. Our start started with the police training school. So we were trained by the police, but so it started with them. So it's okay if we come and we take everything. But at the end of the day, it's about unity. It's about the unity. It's about the collaboration.
Officer, threatening language.
They have high hopes. I like that. They have high hopes.
I hope they're living in hope.
Folks, any final words for the listeners? Because we have some other officers outside waiting to come in, and here's more than a full house. So I realized we had to reorganize how we sit down in the studio, all kind of thing. Right, nice. So any final words? We take it from here, and then we go in here.
All right, Grenada.
Yes, Travis.
All right. So the venue is set. The date is set, June 1st, Ecstatic 3. So I would like to invite one and all, come out to a night of class. Because you see the gentlemen, I'm here and I'm ready to bring it. The ladies, night of beauty, intelligence, talent, all happening at one venue and one venue only, the Grenada Trade Center. So don't miss it, because I will be there to put on a show.
Right, so that's Krong City.
Krong City.
Yes, man. Travis representing Krong City. Now we come to Derek representing.
Good morning again. St. David's come out. All persons supporting prison, the RGPF come out on June the 1st again. Tickets are $30. You can get 4 for $100. Also bigging up our sponsors, Huggins. Thank you very much for supporting our efforts. Also, just trying to throw in a little plug on June the 22nd. Prisons is going to be having their cruise, so y'all come out and support.
Nice. Hey, Prisons are cruise, baby, on that. One scene, okay.
Well,
Me and you realize we kind of like cruise. You like the sea. That's Coast Guard thing. Hey, you're here. The man don't like the ocean. Yeah, he like the bathe, but he don't like the sea. He out in the water. Don't get it wrong. Right. Nice. Aisha.
What definitely is going to be a night of talent. We're from St. David, this parish that is filled with culture and talent. So you expect drama, singing, dancing, just name it. There will be it will be at the Trade Center on Friday the 1st at Ecstatic 3, where you're going to get an ecstatic and electrified performance by all of the contestants and the Calypsonian biting lyrics. Man, them men, what, they're preparing for me over there, but I'm well prepared for them. You understand? Dash. So I'm going to tell you, Dash, Dash, we're coming for you. Keturah, don't let up. Prince and the King, David, we come in.
King David?
The king name is David.
So King David?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we come in, and I just want everyone to come out, support, and get your tickets. The tickets are going really quickly. I had 25 tickets. I have only 2 more left. So you people, come out and support. The tickets are going. Your family, bring your entire family. The whole entourage is going to be a night of real intelligence, intellect, beauty, laughter, just name it. And just come on down.
And the thing is this, I mean, we know Crown City people. We know St. Patrick people coming down in their numbers to support us St. Patrick, man. You see what happened in Little Miss Grenada? You see busload from St. Patrick, busload from St. Mark. All kind of thing come down to celebrate and watch. I sure there may be a party up in St. Mark Saturday night after that child go up, you know. All Sunday. And I sure they still having fete up there right now. I wonder if she even get to go to school. School may be a half day today because they've had a party for half the day. And plus 2 children they had from Samaritan School. 2 children placed well in that competition. So we know St. David as well. St. David, all you even closer. So no excuse. Come on. You gotta come down.
Action. Right? It's going to be action.
Action indeed. So folks, we're going to take a short break while we switch again, and we have 3 other officers come into studio. So we will be right back with you. More Hard Talk in a short while. Play a police tune. Yeah, we'll play a police tune.
I'm about to deliver this one with lightning speed, 'cause I'm the last of a dying breed. But for now, rhythm up and tell you something must be done. Ooh, la la la, yata. Ooh, every living thing. It's time to get bad and done this thing. Rubber. Levels when we drop this thing is one pile of problems will up this ring. And they wish they could have played with like a big string. It takes nothing for them to be the next victim. Glory, reputation, that's interesting. Right now it's mostly interested in everybody just do what you wanna do. Pop your fists and move what you wanna move. Let we make them know what's the mail and things won't be easy no more. None of them are ready for that catastrophe. I got you, man. I big on a board, mash it up and I'm gonna take it. Hey, anytime I perform, everything but an I know make it. Jumping list as we gone. They call up in my radio at one call. Watch how them feel, them face, time for them burial. Dressed in ceremonial, they call them on there. Wait, will you strike them as fire gas and you don't burn? No sir, what will be your reaction? We've been bottling up with feelings. Now it's time for consumption and no feelings. We were drinking it, we feeling spill. What's on that shit? The mastership is like a business deal. Business in the mass in the business field. No time for segregation in this little island. We on the road, got this shit real. Everybody just do what you wanna do. Pop your fist and move what you wanna move. Let we make them know once I made that things won't be easy no more. None of them are ready for that catastrophe. I got you, man. Hey, I big on the board. Mash it up and I'm gonna make it. Hey, anytime I perform, everything but an I know make it. Jumping list as we gone. They call up in the radio at one call. Watch how them feel, them face, time for them burial. Dressed in ceremonial, they call it on there. Disrespect the numbers, start the gatherings from the left, right back to the right. I don't need a whole acre of land for them. Will they get away tonight, them right? I will look to every best to give you everything. Some the last post the real again, why you come up? I got you, man. Hey, I big on the board. Mash it up and I'm gonna make it. Hey, anytime I perform, everything but an I know make it. Jumping list and we gone. Sick fall up in my brain, you better one call a medic. Watch how them see them dead. Time for them burial. Justice ceremonial because they done dead. Oi, 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 can you hear the call? I heard a call. Can you hear the call? I heard a call. I heard a call. I heard a call. I heard a call. If you're by the fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. If you're by the fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. From the time we reach, we cleaning up in there. You better beware, it's smart people in there. We ancestors make the call, on sight in there. Look back and all in there. Real man is in there. We come to cause demolition. What's the chance for him to be slowed? I decide it's time to shake it up. Yes, we out of control. Always ready for action like a spring or running boat. I'm about to give some instructions flatten. That is the code. Last year I was a category 1. This year I'm a category 4. I get in a call in here. I come to destroy in here. Like a pack of wild animals. Vicious and me real tactical. Not theory straight. Practical. I'm paying for police, yeah. They never see much like that. Head bad build up normally. When they come to wrecking place, we need that run them on the valley. I hear in a call. Make sure you answer properly. A big and a bad. We are stuck coming from La Barre. Fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. If you by the fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. From the time we reach, we cleaning up in there. You better beware, it's smart people in there. We ancestors make the call, on sight in there. Look back and all in there. Real madness in there. Red God, whole mass in here. Roadblock in here. Nobody can pass, release the madness in here. Don't hold back in here. Expression in here. If you hear it, don't ignore it. Put your both hands in here. Last year I was a category 1. This year I'm a category 4. I get in a call in here. I come to destroy in here. Like a pack of wild animals. Vicious and me real tactical. No theory straight. Practical. I'm paying for police, yeah. They never see much like that. Head bad build up normally. When they come to wrecking place, we need that run them on the valley. I hear in a call. Make sure you answer properly. A big and a bad. We are stuck coming from La Barre. Fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. If you by the fence, break it by the bar. Brace it, pull a gal. Brace it, right now we misbehaving. From the time we reach, we cleaning up in there. You better beware, it's smart people in there.
Yes, indeed. 37 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. Hey, let's say a special good morning to all the listeners out there in the U.S. Yes, those of you listening on 94.9 out there in Brooklyn. Brooklyn people, good morning. All right, yeah. Some of them want to take the plane and come down for the show after they start to hear what's going on and thing. Yeah, they look in the charter a flight and thing, you know, wait and them don't call JetBlue. They're trying to charter a flight and come down and all kind of thing. They say show like that. Nice. Yes, indeed. So, folks, we have 3 officers in studio with us again. Yeah, 3 of the last time I see so much police was at a passing out parade. Seriously, I'm telling you, I see it. Yeah, that last time I see so much police officers. But we have 3 officers in a studio with us. Devon, which side we starting from this time?
Well, you have women on both sides, so
yeah, we can't escape. You flip a coin. Nah, that is a song by them fellas and them. Flip a coin, flip a coin, flip a coin, flip a coin. All right, so we take up from our left. Right, so we have with us this is Kerry Patrick.
Yes, Kerry Patrick.
Kerry Patrick, and you're representing James Club.
That's right.
Right. We have the gentleman who is in the middle.
Logan Daniel.
Right, he's representing James Club. Nice. And then we have anyway, Anika Charles, representing Clarkson.
Yes, the ever victorious Clarkson.
Wow.
You see, this kind of thing, them police get a real give each other talk, you know.
Bragging rights, I mean.
Them police get a real give each other talk, boy.
Clarkson winning the most time, so.
Now, but usually it does take ladies first, but since we have the gentleman being outnumbered, in this instance, we're going to go with the gentleman first, representing James Club. That is Logan Daniel. Right, Logan, how long have you been a police officer, man?
Well, I've been in the band since March of last year.
Since March of last year?
Yes,
right, man. So you make a year and some within the force. And so you're a band man.
Yes.
So you're a music man.
Yes.
We're supposed to know the man face.
Yeah, every day the man around the place.
Every day the man around the place?
Yeah.
When is mango season we go to bed?
Yeah.
We just know every one of them in mango season. We just know. So the mango and them coming. You just know we go to Definitely. So you're into me. Which instrument do you play?
Oh, the trombone.
You play the trombone?
Yes.
Which
wow.
one is the trombone?
That's the kind
trombone is the one with the slide.
Oh, with the one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a difficult one, man.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you become involved in playing musical instruments? And you started at a very young age. How did this happen?
I used to play drums back at primary school.
Mm-hmm.
So drums has always been there from since primary school. But and music, then again, I have family in music. So
family music? Your family in music?
Gravitate the Kingman and Jamo.
Jamo?
Yeah, that's my godfather. So.
All right, man. Now we talking, man. Hi, Jamo. Morning. So, which area are you from?
St. David's originally.
St. David originally, and where you live now?
Mondelez.
Mondelez?
Yes.
All right, so he's a St. David and a Tongue, man. So he had two. So St. David's and Tongue.
Yeah,
Mondelez supposed to be now.
Behind St. Paul's police station.
Yeah, we're close to St. David's, almost in St. David's on the border.
You going on the boundaries, constituency boundaries there right now. We taking the man in Tongue. You realize Tongue guy not numbered here, boy. We just had Krong City, St. David, another St. David again. Well, give us something in Tongue now.
So, can't take the roots from us.
They say Tongue people who have talent.
What do you mean Tongue people who have talent?
That's what they say.
Shondell, you hear what that man saying? I'm two-time Groovy Monarch. I'm aiming for 3.
It might be an exception.
Might be an exception. You're real talented people in town. I won't have you. Not because I scark and all kind of thing mix up. Anyway, we're coming this way before we go this way. And we're coming to you, Officer Kerry Patrick, representing James Club. So how long have you been involved in the Royal Grenada Police Force?
Since May of last year.
May of last year.
I've been attached to the police tailor shop.
Nice.
All right, so that's where I'm based. Recently, they added me to the James Club family, and I've had a great welcome. I appreciate it so much. Yes, so I'm in it for the ride. So far, it's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been really it's an adrenaline rush.
Wow.
And I must say, this competition has waken up a lot of hidden talents amongst the group of us. So for Static 3, we're bringing out the storm, you know. The storm is coming. Everybody get your tickets ready. Come on down to Trade Center June 1st. Bring your family. It's a family fun day.
Nice. You realize there's problems. Kimran, good morning to you, sir. We're trying to work on that one in between here. Nice. Nazim, you see that one, right? Nice, good.
Well,
you see that one? You check the chat.
But
nice.
You know, the officer stated it's a storm. And I mean, coincidentally, the show is on the 1st of June.
The 1st of June.
Happens to be the beginning of the hurricane season.
So I was right.
So they're going and mash up the place. And they say this year go have a lot of storm.
A lot of storm and some dangerous ones.
Hopefully all of them stay out in the water and churn and beat themselves out without touching anybody. Good morning to you, Najuma. Yeah, don't worry, coming to all in that time. Hey, I seen real police status link on and all kind of thing online too. Hey, Stephen, boy, behave yourself. Right, nice. All right. Okay, nice, right. Oh, there's a flight leaving. No, not right. All cool with that. Yeah, because people want to book their flight and thing. They're listening in Brooklyn and throughout the Caribbean and so on right now to you all. And you're attached to the police. Taylor, that's a unit we don't hear very much about. Yeah. But it's a very important unit.
It is a very important.
Because when them tourists come, they want to see the officers.
I'm here to advertise for the police tailor shop as well. We don't get as much props as we need to. But hey, we're the one that's putting everybody out in those very well-tailored suits and uniforms, you know.
So y'all take your props, y'all.
Yes,
take your props.
I am taking it out.
Take your props. We don't hear about everybody else, but we doesn't hear about the tailor shop.
Right.
And I used to think that the police and them used to order the clothes and so on.
Yeah, order it from the tailor shop. I remember years ago it used to be right to the bottom of headquarters. It used to be in that building there that was being redone. Yeah, it used to be there years and years ago. That's why I went and measured for my uniform. Don't ask which uniform, but that's why I went and measured for my uniform. Back in the, I just said that's why I went and measured for my uniform back in the days. That's why I went and measured for my uniform back in the days. We will talk about that one off here. But it's wonderful because I think what the Grenadian public is gaining is a better understanding of a lot of what's going on in the Royal Grenada Police Force. Yes. And to understand that we have all of these units. And roughly how many people in your department that you know of? Roughly how many people are involved in your department?
Well,
the tailor unit.
We're attached to the storeroom, right? But the tailor shop is a building
like a unit,
itself,
yeah.
And we roughly hold about 10 to 11 persons.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a lot of people in that department.
Garment factory then.
Yeah. I'm only doesn't do outside work now.
Just
I want a little tunic done and that
just
kind of
thing. Police go do like the
we'll have to speak off air for this one.
Okay, right. We go talk off air on that. Believe. Let me see. Number right here. You talk. I need a little tunic and thing fix up.
Just remember people watching you, asking the officer for his number and writing it down.
But they know it's business we're talking about.
No, I just want to be clear that you are doing it and not me.
Good morning to you, Brenda. Brenda, yes, Brenda for Devon. Good morning to you, Brenda. You try to save yourself? Reaching across by Kim. Oh, sorry. Anika Charles. Officer Charles, yes, good morning to you. And tell us a bit about yourself. How long have you been involved in the Royal Grenada Police Force, first of all?
Well, good morning to the listeners of Hard Talk.
One moment, just swing this mic a bit for me because I'm not hearing clearly in that other mic still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead. That one.
All right. So good morning to the listeners of Hard Talk, both foreign and abroad. My name is Anika Charles, Woman Police Constable number 3. I am one of the fortunate officers to have a single-digit number. I have been in the force for approximately 2 years. Passed out in the last course 42, best course ever. And since then I've been around traffic, Central, Grenville, the western side. My last posting was in Central Investigation Department, Petty Investigation, and then I was detached for the Queen Show.
Okay. So you've been to a few departments.
Yes, a few. Yeah.
All right. This is your first Queen Show?
First Queen Show, first modeling, first everything.
Carrie, same thing with you? First time?
First everything.
Wow.
First time?
Not first time competing, but first King Show.
King Show. Yeah, because the Queen Show is them. Let's just make sure that. But so Officer Charles, tell us which area are you from? Tell us a bit about you. Which area are you from?
Well, I am from the best place in Grenada, usually known as the tongue that never sleeps, and I'm sure everyone will get the idea by now.
Granans?
I am from Guav, St. John's, best place in Grenada. Big up to all my Guav tongue Basi, from Guav, and I know that they all pumped and get to come down at the Trade Center on Friday, so I'm urging everyone out there to do the same. Those in foreign who's planning on getting their tickets, come on now, because I'm sure you will be intrigued by the performances that all the contestants has.
You know something? You know we didn't ask Officer Carey which area you're from. Which area are you from?
I'm from the prestigious area, Happy Hill.
You're from Happy Hill?
Yes.
You see? Happy Hill people doesn't lose. In case you don't realize.
And to the judges, we don't want no bias.
No bias. Not because she's from Happy Hill. But here's something here. Now, she's from Happy Hill. We know it a certain person from Happy Hill he never lose. He don't lose.
Right.
In fact, over the weekend he went by other people who tried to copy his style. Yeah. But with one they had to know. You see the 15-15 had to add up to come to the 30. But anyhow, we will talk about that one. Let me deal with the officers. We will deal with that after. We're not dealing with all of that here. We deal with that after. But Officer Charles, you come from St. John. And right now we have from St. John. We have 1 youth senator, 2 youth senator, MP, and plus, we are relating now come up from St. John, cultural ambassador,
past governor general.
Yeah, we are relating out of St. John.
Ambassador Kirani James.
Kirani, killer.
2 new bridges in the last.
Of course.
Yeah. They're building bridges. They're connecting communities. Yes, indeed. So, folks, we're very glad to have you all inside with us. And don't forget the St. David man, because St. David had the Carnival Queen. They have the road march.
Can't forget that.
They also have the Calypso King. They have the Junior Monarch.
Yeah.
So St. David's kind of clean house last year. If we had a pan side, we'd have taken Panorama too.
Hold on.
So
Well, we can't forget the man that has been putting Grenada on the map as well.
Musically?
Daniel. No. And
Which
a
one?
bodybuilding arena.
Good Damien from St. David?
Yeah,
I didn't even realize Damien from St. David, you know.
I'm uncle. So, you know.
That's why you're looking buff, so. You're trying to follow him.
No, you see.
Damien have muscle on his teeth, you know. That's the first man I ever see teeth and muscle, you know.
We use it a lot, you know. Touch. Anytime we cooking, 2 separate pot for 2 of us alone. You know.
Well, what kind of thing is this?
Real food. Especially real yam and dashing and thing, you know.
But you have a serious exercise regime to go along with that.
Yeah. Well, to do bodybuilding, it has to take a lot of discipline. That's the main thing. If you don't have discipline, then, you know, you're flopping. Because you have to eat on time, you have to know what food to eat, you have to know what you cannot eat, and so on. So
where I cannot eat is where I could drink.
We have to bring Damien. We have to bring Damien inside the one.
Yeah, we have to bring Damien.
It's long overdue.
It's difficult though. Damien doesn't talk.
Yeah,
Damien's a very quiet fella.
Yeah,
if you bring him inside here, silent night, holy night, you could bring him around Christmas.
Yeah, no, and then he always with the doctor. So
yeah, you're the boss. Good morning, Damien. Yeah, right. So just now we might actually see you in bodybuilding and so as well.
Well, that's
you might go into that.
I have been taking part in competition.
Oh, you have been taking part in competition. I haven't been to bodybuilding show in a long time, as you could tell. So, all right. Wait a minute. I think you were involved in bodybuilding at the time as well, Officer Charles.
No,
you wasn't involved in bodybuilding?
No, I was not. But I had a gym.
You had a gym?
Yes, so I was teaching persons.
Into that as well. So you're into the fitness thing?
Yes.
Right. And we also have, well, you look like you're into it too.
I look like it.
You're not into it?
It's natural.
It's natural?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have to go through all this kind of thing for that. You're into that naturally. All right. So, folks, we're going to switch in a short while. So let's just get the final statement from each one. And since we start so this time, and then we did start from center, we go take it from this end this time. So, officer, tell us a bit. What can folks expect on Friday night? St. John coming down, they bringing it. Yes, and also representing Clarkson Club. So all Clarkson Club alumni, make sure you come out, including former Commissioner of Police Clarkson.
Yeah,
come out as well.
Of course,
Definitely. Yeah. And St. John people, all you have to come out and support. Tell us.
Okay, well, last final say, I'm Anika Charles. As we said before, I am Clarkson's Club Ambassador, and I will be representing the club to the fullest on Friday, the 1st at the Trade Center, 7 p.m. to be exact. So I'm imploring everyone to come on out, support myself and the other contestants as we vie for the title Miss and Mr. RGPF 2018. I assure you that this night will be a night you will never forget. You will always cause to reminisce that night because some of the performances is going to wow you. So come on out there. The ticket is $30, but in groups of 4, you get them for $100. You can also pay at the door. So if the ticket sale finish, because it's very limited, you can always pay at the door, and the first paid entrance at the door, you'll be lucky to get a complimentary prize. So come on out, support the police.
Come early.
Also, there'll be Calypso, so you're getting $200 worth of show for $30 because you're getting 5 queens, 5 kings, and 10 Calypsonians. So come on out and support the police, you know?
This thing getting sticky, brother. This thing getting sticky. Yes, sir.
Well. I'm here with my queen from where we are representing James Club. But to all my family well-wishers, you know, the general public, I'm urging you to come down at the Trade Center on Friday. That's the 1st of June, because the show is going to be humongous. I'm telling you, because
hurricane season
me for myself, I'll be lifting the Trade Center up actually and move it. I'm telling you, that's how big it's going to be.
I have to get some of my bigger body friends to come by.
Because we have me, we have Damien, we have Devon, we have, the entire bodybuilding arena will be there. So, the place is going to be large. It's going to be large.
It's going to be wonderful. And yes, our dear officer from the garment department, what do you call it again? The police tailor shop. Yes.
So again, my name is Carrie Patrick, representing the tailor shop, representing James Club. the man himself who sits at the chair of the acting commissioner, you know. So that's one prestigious man we have to represent. I'm from Happy, so I'm again representing the Prime Minister himself, you know.
Well, you win already?
I win already. So I'm just encouraging everybody.
This thing is difficult. I glad me and judging. Hey, don't call me. I'm not judging. I judged one thing last year. I ain't judging nothing this year. I'm done with that. I ain't judging. I can't judge.
So I'm proud to represent who I represent, and I'm just urging everybody to come out on the 1st. Bring the family. Don't leave the kids at home. It's a really good. It's going to be an experience. Trust me, it's going to be an experience.
Indeed. Folks, we're going to take a short break again. As we switch it up, we have another group of officers to come into the studio. So let me find a nice one just to play while right, nice. I'll play a little tune there, and then we're gonna bring them in. Nice.
House BC.
Beast? Yeah. I know which house BC, no. Beast may be in a mansion.
I was approached by a group last year. They said that she couldn't make another hit again. I said I don't write it, so I create music to hit the people for the jump and sing away. After that I walked away. Didn't get far, they shout to me. Come the new year, that shove a lot on your back, or you're carrying all the weight. Wait, without hesitating, I made it clear that my explanation will be a bit too opinionated. Straight to the point, can stick, cause mommy is waiting. Good storyline and melody, proper diction, serve with delivery. Not to mention the feeling, your energy, and the music must have longevity. That is it. Now it's your responsibility to make this another hit again. Another hit and tape. That is how I view it. Your responsibility is to make this another hit and tape. Another hit again. And not giving them it after hit after hit. That is the word on the street. And we don't know with them from last year, cause the country feeling the chip. I telling you hit after hit after hit. That is the word on the street. It's another hit again. It's another hit and them. And the streets keep talking, let them keep talking. Them don't know the part that I walked in. Like a needle in a haystack. All this music, my mind is lost in the he said, she said that they involving. Gets them nowhere while I'm evolving. Hold my own like a king on a throne, no need for umbrellas. So this rain and fall without hesitating. I will be present like a gift that's wrapped under the Christmas tree waiting. There ain't no debating. I'm destined for great things. This one's sticky like bubble gum. Hope you can deal with the trouble when the trouble come. You know you can't stop 6 runs. No, that is it. No, it's your responsibility to make this another hit again. Another hit and tape. That is how I view it. Your responsibility is to make this another hit and tape. Another hit again. And not giving them it after hit after hit. That is the word on the street. And we don't know with them from last year, cause the country feeling the chip. I telling you hit after hit after hit. That is the word on the street. It's another hit again. Another hit and them. Oh yeah. This one is from me to you. For all the fans who seen me throughout the years. Blood, sweat and tears. And I won't stop.
Yes, folks, and we're right back with our final officers for today. And we have in the studio with us, well, wait now, Logan ain't going to wait. Logan say, wait now, just realize his surname in shooter, Daniel. Yeah, so Logan is still in studio with us. We've been joined by Officer Soria Taylor, and we've also been joined by Corporal Kellon Noel. All right, nice. And we have Devon here with us as well. What rank you held, man? You was at what?
PFC.
PFC?
Private.
KFC?
Class. No. Private,
PFC?
Private first class.
That was before we had KFC. All right, okay. Folks, yes, indeed. Hey, off the bat, Hannah says good morning to Kellon. Everybody started to tell Kellon good morning already. Kellon, you take part in the show before? No. You had to take part in that show, you know, because I find you have a following, you know, man. Yeah, I realize, okay, you have a following, boss. And you're from Crown City too? Definitely. All right. Why, yeah. Yes, indeed. So let's introduce yourself, officer. Yeah, your first time on Hard Talk. Tell us a bit about yourself. Just as an
Okay. Good morning to everyone. My name is Sadia Taylor, Woman Police Constable number 234. I am presently attached to Victoria Police Station, Western Division.
Okay. How long have you been involved in the Royal Grenada Police Force?
Almost 16 years.
Folks, boss, tighten the camera on Officer Taylor first, because I don't think people believe that. 16 years? You've been involved in the police force for 16 years? You don't look like you're older than 18? So you was there since you're 2?
I just love taking care of myself.
Okay, that's wonderful. So you've been through, which departments have you served in the police force before?
So many departments. I've been to the different divisions. I've even been in fire for a short time.
You've been in fire department?
Yes.
You used to pull hose and thing?
That was during my probationary period.
You used to drive truck and pull hose?
No, I couldn't drive truck.
Indeed. And you're from which area?
Well, I'm from the St. John area, Montgranby, St. John.
More killer people again, Mommy. Hey! Yeah. Hey, let me say a special good morning to Mammy Ann. Good morning, Mammy Ann in Montgranby. Good morning to you. We hope that you're having a wonderful morning this morning. Nice. So you're from St. John, and we have another officer from St. John. So it's a fight between St. John people, eh? And you're representing which club?
I'm representing Bido.
Bido. Nice. A St. John man again,
Yeah,
or no?
I was just going to say, I mean.
But a St. John list long by 2 youth senators. They have that the MP that return again. Kirani James. Killer. But the list real long, but if we start to go down that list is a long list, boy. That's St. John thing.
St. John's really
Governor Generals, all kind of thing down that list. So St. John, we still have Officer Daniel in studio with us. Don't feel he gone anywhere. The man like the thing, so the man decided he hanging on. Next thing he might see me not here and he there. He follow you. He follow you.
That's a good thing.
That is not a bad thing.
You know, you have to make sure the ladies are well taken care of.
Indeed.
Ladies, man.
Yes, man. Tell us, which department did you find over your years in the police force? Which department did you think was your most challenging? The most challenging department that you spent time in the Royal Grenada Police Force?
Okay, I would say it's CID.
CID?
Yes.
I'll ask the other question now. Why?
Well, the workload was quite a lot, and it took a lot of time from you. And, you know, but I must say, challenging, but I learned quite a lot. Yes.
That's where you deal with some of the kind of crimes like the sexual crimes, the murders, the manslaughters, and those sort of things. So it's always a difficult area to work in.
Very demanding.
Yeah, because me can't walk on some of them crime scenes. I used to see all you go on. That's serious. I belly, but I ain't had that amount of belly. Believe me. So that was one of the most difficult areas that you would have worked in before.
But I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yes.
All right. But let me ask you a question though. You've been involved in the Royal Grenada Police Force for 16 years. Why policing? Why did you decide that I'm going to become a police officer? Why did you become involved in policing specifically?
Okay. Well, first of all, since I was growing up, I used to love to see the way the police officers were dressed. Always proper, always neat. And they had the hair always well groomed and everything. And then secondly, I had an incident which happened to my sister, my younger sister. And this guy, he was brought to justice, but he only spent 2 years in prison. And since then I always vowed, I say I'm going to become a police officer to deal with this type of people. I would make it my duty to, you know, go down that line. But that's one of the reasons.
Protect as much people as possible.
Yes.
Nice indeed. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think it's a message to a lot of the young ladies that are out there that this is something they can make a career of. Because what you find these days is you find people applying for jobs, and sometimes when they apply for a job, and you look at the CV, you realize they've worked about 20-something different places. 3 months here, 1 week here, and they're actually putting it on the CV, yeah? And they spent 2 years here and so on. But you've been in one career for 16 years. It shows that there's something there that has kept you. There's something in you and also something in the Royal Grenada Police Force that you're willing to spend that amount of time in the service. And I think that indeed is commendable. I wonder somebody saying they can't hear. Wait, just bring the mic a little closer. Just bring the mic a little closer. Okay. Nice indeed. Is this your first Queen show though?
Actually, that's my second.
Your second Queen show?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. You ain't taking part in the Calypso competition, no?
No.
Yeah, I know you're a Calypso in you.
Daddy dead and gone, so he didn't give me a song.
I'm sure he had some written somewhere hiding, you know. Indeed. But of course, folks, it is taking place this Friday. Ecstatic 3. Get your tickets. Officer Noel, tell the people where they can get their tickets. Tell them the price of the tickets. People excited now. My partner and them in New York, they want to book a JetBlue flight to come down. Yeah, man. So they want to come down. Yeah, we in thing.
Right.
Tell the people where they could get the tickets.
So good morning, Grenada. You can get your tickets from the canteen, first of all, opposite Andal supermarket. You can get it from any one of the contestants, and you would have viewed them here this morning. You can also get from immigration. You can also get from Grenville. You can also get from Central. You can get from any one of the Police Week members, the committee. So there is a wide areas that you can get. Of course, you can try any police station, and just in case they do not have, they will be able to refer you to somebody who have. $30 per ticket, 4 for $100, family event, bumper event, night of intelligence, elegance, class, majestic, the whole works. Come on out. And of course, we have not even mentioned the Calypsonians as yet. We're just talking about Ecstatic 3, the King and Queen show. So it's going to be a bumper event. It's going to be a good event. Come out, socialize with the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, and just have a good time.
Any guest performances?
No, we're not having any. The show is so compact that we didn't make space for guest performances.
It's 10 kings and queens when it.
Actually, we have 11 now. Somebody just come in, so yeah.
Cheese and bread.
Yeah, so the thing getting nice, fellas.
11.
So we have 11
wow.
Calypsonians.
Thank God it's Friday, man.
And then we have 10 participants for King and Queen.
It go finish 1 o'clock in the morning and just our guest performances there.
Yeah.
But we letting Damien Daniel come and flex and thing on stage.
Yeah. We have
Damien and Daniel.
Daniel
we letting two of them come and do a little performance and thing.
No problem.
All right. I mean, if only want me come, I could come and do a little something too. Come true. Yeah. I could come and get a little pose and thing too and flex a little something.
Yeah. Mechanic price go down.
Never cut them on mic. So folks can get your tickets. Get your tickets. Because remember, the trade center is limited seats. Not the National Stadium where you just pack people in. Yeah. It's limited seating. Get there early if you want to get a good seat. You want to be up close and personal to see what's going on. Get there early and get an early seat.
Yep. And also there is a prize for the for persons who enter.
Yeah.
The best. The early entrance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I find you keep mentioning that I tell you about VJ Force.
Yeah, well, I want to make it transparent as possible.
You want the camp.
So so the gates open early. The show starts 7 p.m. prompt. So we definitely have to start 7 p.m. prompt based on the amount of acts that we'll be having on the night. So we're urging persons to come on out early. We have a stock bar. We have eats on sale. And of course, remember that you cannot eat inside of the trade center, so we would have put a screen outside in the gazebo. So even while you're eating and so on, you can look at what is happening outside in the gazebo. So
let me just make sure. When you say eats, I ain't going and just get no fried chicken and chips.
No. You have a little waters, you have a little thing. Well, I can't really let out all the secret, but just come on out.
Come on out.
Yeah.
I hope it's not Officer Isa Pierre cooking.
Well, Isa did everything.
You gone with Superintendent Pierre. Yeah, but you want Superintendent Pierre, man. One of these days you could be traveling and you will get real rough on the airport.
We go to school together, we pass scholarship together, we go GBSS together, so it's a bond.
Yeah. And you go travel together in the Santa Maria when they bringing you up anyway.
So lots of eats, lots of drinks on sale and so on. Prices to be won, so you can't go wrong.
All right.
And $30 for King and Queen show and Calypso show, of course. It's a stellar offer deal.
Let me ask a question of Officer Taylor though. There are many young ladies that might be looking at this program right now. They may be at home. Some of them may have a child. They may have 2 children, 3 children. They're still pretty young. They're within the age. And they're looking at this. They're saying, well, this lady made 16 years in the force. They've seen some of the other ladies who've been in a short while ago who have been for a year and just under a year in some cases. And they may be saying, I wonder if I'm able to do that. What do you have to say to them? They're thinking now, the thought process has started that, this might possibly be a career for me. But look, I have 2 children, I have 3 children. Maybe I can't do it. What do you have to say to them?
Yes, you can. I am doing it. And look at me. I know you can't see me now, but come out on the night, and you would not be able to tell the difference of age at all. I might even be looking younger than a lot of them, so.
Might be.
I can't see what I want to say on the mic, but definitely.
Officer Taylor, are you a parent?
Yes, I am.
How much?
I'm a mother of 4 kids.
And that even make it better.
Folks, listen now. Show sell out. Everybody come down. Everybody come. Karaku, make a special trip with the Osprey. In fact, forget the Osprey. Bring the Alexia because I think the Osprey could take everybody that had to come down. Come on down. We have any officers from Karaku that would be represented? We don't have any officers from Karaku this year. That is nothing. They come down and support everybody. Right? Definitely.
They're in a club, yes.
Yeah. So, folks, if you're down from Karaku on the weekend, it's going to be taking place at the Grenada Trade Center this Friday. It's Ecstatic 3, and we're asking everyone to come on down. You've heard the inspirational stories from the police officers, from the first 2 that we had last week to all of the officers that we've had here today. And I really hope that many of you are listening out there in the general public, particularly those of you who are seeking a career path. Officer Noel, how many years did you spend in the force so far as well?
13. This year will be 13.
13 years.
Yeah.
One officer 13 years. One officer 16 years here. So 29 years. And how much? You how much again?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so 30 years of service right here in front of us. 30 years of policing.
And look at the youthfulness of that.
And all of them looking young. I say something in the canteen.
The water.
We ain't see a police officer looking old yet. No. We ain't see none of them.
Not even the commissioner.
But that man,
as a young man, I mean,
I feel that man, I know something with policing that
giving dog competition.
Two careers I realized that keep people looking young in Grenada is policing and teaching. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't understand how the police does do it, because the amount of stress that does go through it, I think that they have wrinkles and all kind of thing by now.
There's dedication to dedication.
Check out the uniform. You realize the uniform has something in common with Superman on? The blue and red.
Folks are done. That's it. Folks, that's it. Folks, we're going to be right back. Remember, it is happening this Friday. Yep. Ecstatic 3 at the Grenada Trade Center. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. I'll definitely be there. Devon,
I will be there.
We lime this weekend. We go lime that one.
Yeah.
Right, so we definitely.
I don't know about you. I'll be there for 2:30.
You will be there for 2:30?
2:30.
Yeah. All right. Well, I could be there for more 30 than that.
I hope you're there again, Bijan, and them in a 30-0.
We go come to that one just now. Folks, we're going to take a short break again, and then we'll be right back with more Hard Talk for you. All right. Anyway, before we go, and we didn't even give the officers a final word. Final word. You get your final word already?
No, I come back so well, unfortunately, one of the contestants couldn't be here. That's Wickham. He will also be representing Clarkson. So, Wickham, I did it for you, so we'll organize that. So, nice. But I'm saying again, the 1st of June, come down, because the whole of Grenada will be leading on one side. I'm telling you, this show is going to be big.
The east or the west side? East or the west side?
Beautiful.
The south side.
Which side are you leaning on? I'm leading. Anyway,
south side.
I'll sing gospel after. Officer Taylor.
Okay. Well, lots of people see me as a dark horse in the race because of my late arrival. So I only have 1 week and a half to prepare. So I want you to come out there and see this dark horse do her thing. Thank you.
Wonderful. So, officer, just tell us, and we go on.
Right. So Friday, 1st of June, Grenada Trade Center. Don't you dare miss it. And by the way, I'm taking all the nominations for person sponsor me. I feel I'll take it next year.
Yeah, man. I feel. I don't understand. You have a fan club here?
Yeah. So I'm just letting them know. Yeah.
Man, have a fan club here. Right? Folks, we're going to take a short break and then we'll be right back. Yeah, all right, Hard Talks, right.
This year promises to be a spectacular affair as beauties of the Caribbean compete on one stage for the title of Miss Caribbean United. Come see contestants from the islands of Trinidad, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, Anguilla, Dominica, Venezuela, Antigua, Dominican Republic, Margarita, Barbados, and host country Grenada. It's the 2018 Miss Caribbean United pageant, Saturday, June 2nd at the Spice Basket, uniting the Caribbean through beauty.
Pull your phone, tap this screen. Double times road match winners. 2016, 2017, and 2018. We're going to make some history in Grenada. Last year, it was mass. This year is just more mass. Talking about Spice Mass 2018. We want everybody to come, support, and let's have a good time on the Spice Isle. It's all about enjoyment and fun. Pretty mass and colors and jab and everything. So we just want everybody to unite, and it's all about tapping the screen. They can't wait for us to come. Remember, come and experience the greatest carnival of all. And also come and experience the beaches and the beautiful island, right? It's all about 2018 Spice Mass Carnival. Come enjoy. Last night I drink the rum and I falling numb, but I know this morning I'm waking up. Tap the screen. Pull your phone. Remember, it could be epic. 2018 Mass. Tonight, standing firm, boy. Control sugar mill, look at Spellbong Harbor. If they make a mistake and turn down the music, I will start to get on bad, but I'm a hella hard. Officer, let go my hand, I come here to have fun. Let's get high,
Yes, indeed. That's the only thing we're supposed to get high on, under the music, man.
Why we love, I love
Yeah, some people don't know that tune there. That's the Merchant. That should be from back in the early 2000s, late 1990s. I can't remember which department Merchant is attached to right now. Yes, indeed, folks. 16 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. Also expect to hear from our good friend, the press secretary. Expect to hear from us sometime.
Sometime this morning.
Yeah, sometime this morning. She should give us a call.
Good morning, Keisha.
Yes, indeed. We know that Prime Minister was very busy over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Prime Minister would have been to Barbados. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Our Prime Minister went to Barbados and he went to the swearing-in ceremony of Miss Mia Motley as the Prime Minister of Barbados. Somebody trying to call already. Let me see who trying to call this.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Cam.
Devon.
Good morning,
and
darling.
Sheldon, good morning.
Morning, sweetheart.
I'm calling and I'm very, very upset this morning. We are operating a little business on the terminal here. And we have a problem with the sewage, right? With this scent. That scent. A complaint to management. They say it's now water. Nobody could breathe, Mr. Scott, with the scent of that sewage.
No, you can't operate in
I
a
can't
situation
stay
like
inside
that.
of me booth.
No, you can't operate in
You
a situation
understand?
so.
We are calling on the Ministry of Health to get now water people and the Port Authority management to come and work on that because it's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for the people that taking the bus. There is a scent and I not know. Right now, the man tell me it's now water that to come and juke something out there. But we cannot breathe.
No,
and that is not good to inhale.
No, that's not good enough.
We operating a business here.
It's a health
So
concern.
my plea this morning, sir, that now water, the Ministry of Health, try and do something for us. Right? It's not
Okay.
right. I have to pay a rent, and I cannot breathe properly. It stink.
Oh gosh.
It stink.
And Cammy,
it stink, and I won't tell a lie.
It's a health concern.
And the people inside the cold room with the air condition, and I can't stay in the booth, and I still have to pay my rent. It's not right.
I agree with you.
It's not right.
What I will
Everybody
do.
running.
What I'll do for you, Cammy. You did.
They listen to me now. That's why I called Sheldon.
No, but you did mention it before. And what I would
mentioned it to the manager, and the manager called now WhatsApp people, and that was since last month. And up to now, nothing has been done.
Okay. Well,
nothing done.
Let me personally follow up. Let me personally follow up on it for you.
According to Mr. Steele and the rest of the people, I don't know them a shit with a placard. I'm tired. And I was suffering. And I'm telling yes, stink. All customers running.
Okay, Cammy. All right, my dear.
All right, darling. Definitely.
What I'm gonna do is I would contact the National Water and Sewage Authority on your behalf and find out where they're at with that, because it is definitely a health concern, and we don't, not only for you but for everyone utilizing the terminal, and there are thousands of people a day. So we have a caller online. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Kish.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
how are you?
Quite fine.
Both of you?
We are good. We're
more than good.
Okay, maybe something's wrong with our connection.
You're not hearing properly.
I'm not hearing properly at all.
But you're hearing properly now? Better now?
Slightly.
Okay, we can hear you correct. We can hear you good.
Well, I'm almost not hearing Devon at all. I know he's talking, but I can't.
But we're
hearing what he's saying.
We are hearing you clearly, though. So you go right ahead.
Well, I suppose that's what matters, right?
Yes.
Morning. How are you guys doing this morning? I see you had a nice session there with the police.
And prisons.
Police and prisons, okay.
Yes, police and prisons. We had to specify.
I wasn't able to listen to most of it, but I did gather the gist of it for the big event on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Ecstatic 3. I hope you're going down, Kish.
Well, I hope
you're
so
going
too.
down. Yeah, I hope you're
so
going
too.
down.
Once we survive this week,
yes,
we should be good.
Oh no, but
it's a busy one.
This week, give us a little update, because we realize big activities. What you want to start on? What took place over the weekend before we go into this week? Because
yes,
I realize I've seen pictures.
As we know, I would have sent out a release saying the same, that Prime Minister would have traveled to Barbados yesterday to attend the swearing-in ceremony for the new cabinet. He was personally invited, of course, by the new Prime Minister, Honorable Motley. So he would have joined several of his colleagues there. PM Skerritt was there, PM Chastanet, PM Gonzalez. I don't think PM Skerritt stayed for the swearing-in, but they would have had a Prime Minister's lunch prior to that she hosted. So they would have been with her. I think if we saw the pictures, we saw clearly it was a happy lunch, because they were just laughing and everyone laughing. But all this, from judging from what he said and the overall feedback, he was happy he went. He felt it was necessary to show that support of the region, not just of Grenada, but of the region, because we know Barbados has a long road ahead, recovery-wise, and who is better placed to give some advice on that than our own Prime Minister. So he was quite happy. He has enjoyed a close friendship enough with Prime Minister Motley for a number of years. So I think he might be called on more often than not to offer some insight or some advice or so. So that's that.
But before you move on, though, I realized that in her initial address, the night of the election, she mentioned a social partnership.
Yes.
And then I realized yesterday at the swearing-in ceremony, after they had sworn in the cabinet, she again returned to the concept of broadening their social compact, having that social partnership as being very important, especially in a country, and in their case, they're different to Grenada in that their constitution does not allow the Governor General to appoint anybody.
That's the point. Yep.
So they're in a different situation to Grenada, whereas our constitution allows it, theirs does not. So even though she's attempting to work on an amendment to the constitution to allow that, but she also made special mention of Prime Minister Mitchell. She made special mention of him in relation to how they are going to attempt to govern in a situation where you have been awarded all the seats.
All the seats. You've been awarded all the seats, that's one. Plus you're coming in a really dire economic situation. So there are several parallels between Grenada and Barbados, and in that case between her and Prime Minister Mitchell. So again, like I was saying just now, it stands to reason that she will try to call on him for advice in several of these areas. The social partnership, I know, has been much talked about. I know they have discussed it. They have also discussed structural adjustment and these sorts of things. So I know it's going to be a tough period, but I think she has good support from her regional colleagues, especially her own Prime Minister.
Now, I've listened to her pronouncements and so on, and again, as you said, there's several parallels to Grenada. Now, we have an activity that's going to be taking place in Grenada this week. Can you give us some updates as to exactly what is taking place and the schedule?
Definitely, and as fate would have it, she's now the Minister of Finance, so we're not sure yet if she will be attending, but it's very possible that we'll see her.
Fingers crossed.
Although she would have missed all the deadlines and so, but I don't know what Barbados' plan was for that. But yes, we're having the Caribbean Development Bank Board of Governors meeting here this week, the 48th meeting. As you know, Prime Minister has been in the chair, the chairman of the board for the last year, since May of last year. So he'll be handing over the chairmanship right here in Grenada on Thursday at the conclusion of the meeting. Already we have dozens of delegates in town. Most of the directors are here. Every country would have had to appoint director to the board. So they're having smaller meetings today, director meetings, and then the actual governors meetings begin tomorrow. But let me backtrack a little bit. So the directors are meeting today as we speak. Later this evening, around 7:30, Prime Minister will host the welcome cocktail reception at the Radisson for the delegates to officially sort of welcome everyone. Well, not officially, but casually welcome everyone before the start of the official meeting. So that's this evening. Then tomorrow morning, the engagement of the governors begin with Prime Minister and his colleagues, the other ministers of finance of the region. Already we've heard, gotten confirmation that likely the Prime Minister of Antigua and Dominica and the Premier of Turks and Caicos are supposed to be attending as well, because not every Prime Minister is a Minister of Finance. So it's really those who are Ministers of Finance on the board. So they'll be meeting here tomorrow morning, starting tomorrow morning around 9. Most of the meetings will be held between the Trade Center and the Radisson Grand Beach Resort in Grand Anse. So that's the full schedule tomorrow, which also includes the President's lunch and everything. The President of the bank, of course, being Dr. William Warren Smith. Our own Timothy Entwine, the Governor of the ECCB, is also here to participate in some of these meetings. And we know he too was a former director of the board, I believe, for Grenada. So that's tomorrow. Then on Wednesday morning, after all the preliminary meetings are done, we will see the official commencement of the Board of Governors meetings with an opening ceremony at the Trade Center at 9 o'clock, and that's on Wednesday morning. The opening ceremony is relatively short. It's more of a business-like approach, less fanfare than we saw for the CARICOM heads of government last year type of thing. But we'll still hear speeches by Prime Minister as the current chairman, as well as the president of the bank, and then we'll hear responses to those speeches from several of the board members. And then they move into seminars. They go to lunch, and then they move to seminars in the afternoon. Two very important seminars that Prime Minister would have championed in his tenureship as chairman. One is on improving connectivity and air transport system in the region. We know how this one is dear to his heart, especially with the problems we've had historically with the region's premier carrier, Liat, and so. So they're going to explore. The bank has several initiatives that it's been working on with a view improving the connectivity transportation and connectivity in the region. So that's one. And then the second one is on building resilient cities. And again, Grenada, being in the chair, very well placed to speak on that because of our but our recent leadership and championing of the issue of resilience and building resilience among small island developing states. So these will be on Thursday afternoon, on Wednesday, then Thursday, Wednesday. Once we go to Thursday morning, there is a Board of Governors roundtable discussion, which will be followed by the closing ceremony and then the closing press conference in the afternoon. And that will top off the week's event.
So it's going to be an extremely busy week, not only for Prime Minister, but for you.
Again, please. We're back to.
No, I'm saying it's going to be an extremely difficult week, not just for you, but for Prime Minister as well.
Well, yeah, well, for Prime Minister especially, because he's expected to chair these meetings. The good news is, the bank is very efficient and very organized when it comes to these things. So he would have been briefed already this morning by a team from the bank, the Caribbean Development Bank. So he knows what he has to do. He's ready with his speeches and stuff that he would have worked on for a while. So he's ready. He's ready. It's just that it's going to be a rigorous week of activities for him being in the chair. He will be assisted, of course, by Senator Simon Steele will be the alternate governor, given that PM is in the chair, so he will be at the head table. But for Grenada's slot on the round table, Senator Steele will be the one assisting in that regard.
All right, wonderful. All right.
Two other activities. One.
That's what I'm now going to ask. What other activities?
Yes. As we're speaking on a bigger scale, on tomorrow evening at 7:30, there will be the William G. Demas Memorial Lecture as part of the bank's meetings. It will be held at the Patrick Adams Hall at St. George's University. So I know they would have sent out invitations for that, so I'm just reminding out there. So that's another important feature of the Board of Governors meeting yearly. We know William Demas was a former president of the bank from Trinidad and Tobago. So the memorial lecture, they have it every year in his honor. So that will be held tomorrow at SGU. And then on Wednesday night, Grenada is putting on a welcome cultural night, a Grenada night that we're calling it, hosted by the government of Grenada because, again, the host country, given the host prime minister and the host country, they have to host all these events. So I know Tommy and P.S. Utram and so have been putting in a lot of work in ensuring that particular event of a more casual nature, but very Grenada with the street food and the cultural performances and all of that. It will be at the Spice Basket from 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday evening. Again, invitations would have gone out for the same. So we really do have a full week of activities, some very late nights, and the reason why most of these activities start around 7:30 is because that's about the time the meetings conclude each day, starting tomorrow or starting today with the directors' meeting.
All right, Kish. Any other activity you want to tell us about post cabinet tomorrow, or no post cabinet seat considering?
It was initially planned. It was supposed to be facilitated by Ministry of Finance, but I believe we are now in discussions to put it off for next week, given that there are so many things happening tomorrow, especially. During the time of post-cabinet, Prime Minister will be hosting governors as well in facilitating seminars. So I think it might be it would be wise for us to push it back to next week because we already have a really full week of activities here. So you will see something coming out on that later on today.
Okay.
Officially.
All right, my dear. So we'd like to thank you so very much. And, Keisha keeps her promise. And when she tells us she calling. That's one thing. When you say you're calling, you're calling.
I call. And then on the days when I forget or I don't make it through, then I hope you forgive me.
No, because it does make up,
I've been remiss the last couple of weeks.
No, but one thing with you, it does always make up for it.
You're right. I tried on time this morning, but it rang out, and then I heard Kami. I said, okay, Keisha, you can't contend with Kami.
No.
So,
And Kami have a serious issue there.
and she has a serious issue.
very
But
serious
again, I
issue.
wanted to assure her, I know the Ministry of Health and Environment are really working tirelessly on the sewage issue. It's not the easiest issue to contain or to address, but they have been really trying their best in the different areas, and they're amping it up. As you would have heard Minister mention, recently Cabinet has even approved a further period for them to address that instead of just the 1 or 2 months that it had originally targeted. So
and then
we
there's
know
also
it's serious, Okami. They're listening. Minister Steele is not in town. But that's Nicholas Steele, but Minister Simon Steele of the Environment is here. They're all in Cabinet, but I will ensure that your issue gets brought up to them when they get out this afternoon.
All right. We'd like to thank you so very much, and we do hope that you enjoy the rest of your day today.
Yes, thank you so very much,
All
and
right.
have a good
Wonderful.
day,
And
everyone.
give the cabinet all love.
Yes, all right. Bye-bye. Bye, Devon.
Take care. All right.
Yes, indeed. What boy PM have a very busy week, man.
Busy week.
Yeah, Prime Minister was out there in Barbados this weekend. Yeah, he spent some time in Barbados, and well, obviously, you know, when you do things like that, you want a man like Dr. Mitchell around, because he understands what you're going through. He understands what your situation you're in. In fact, you know, I wonder, boy, Devon, we want to like play a bit of what Prime Minister Motley had to say about the social partnership and the importance of the social. In other words, they are copying Grenada's model, and remember, in their situation, it's a situation where their constitution does not allow the appointment of any opposition senators by the Governor General. So the Governor General in Barbados cannot appoint anyone to the opposition benches.
Wow.
So right now, they will truly have nobody in the opposition in Barbados because it is not allowed. But being magnanimous, Prime Minister Motley is offering for an amendment to the Constitution to allow for such, considering the situation that they are in right now. But let's hear what she had to say during the swearing-in ceremony yesterday.
The absence of a formal opposition in the House provides my government with a unique opportunity to evolve other institutional arrangements for ensuring inclusive dialogue and participation by a wide cross-section of Barbadian stakeholders in the business of governance. These will include an innovative use of the committee system of Parliament to co-opt external participation and input, and an enhanced consultative process with an expanded and re-energized social partnership, and through the structure of our proposed People's Assemblies and national dialogues. We will also consider the introduction of question time, where members of Parliament will respond to pertinent queries, not only by members of Parliament, but submitted by members of the public. We are deeply conscious of the example set by Prime Minister Mitchell in managing a Parliament and a country effectively in the absence of an opposition. In short, the checks and balances function that is expected of a parliamentary opposition can be carried out by you, the people of Barbados. So, my friends, the government I have the honor to lead has pledged to uphold the highest standards of transparency and accountability, discipline and fairness. We therefore welcome and encourage that active public scrutiny of our performance, both in the legislative and the executive branches of government.
Yeah. Same Mia that a lot of
Mia Amor Motley.
Mia Amor, ma'am. Yeah, I think we have a caller on the line. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, this person isn't listening to the phone line, but they was calling, so, well, you missed the opportunity. Too bad. Yeah, folks, remember, it might be the first time you're calling the program, so remember that you can't be listening to the radio and talking to us on the phone. Talk to us, call on the phone, speak to us on the phone, and take the volume off of the radio in the background. It will throw you off. Yeah, so that was Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister, the Honorable Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados at the swearing-in ceremony yesterday of her cabinet. They should be having their first cabinet meeting about now.
It should be.
Yeah, so the swearing-in of her cabinet, she herself was sworn in as the Minister of Finance and so. And she mentioned Prime Minister Mitchell as an example of how to govern in the absence of a parliamentary opposition. Yeah? Yeah, so again, props for Dr. Mitchell and props for
Good morning,
Grenada.
Sheldon. Good morning, Devon. How are you?
Okay,
We're good. friend.
I want to say congratulations to the opposition leader that won the election. 30 love. And Brother Sheldon, I always say, when you look at a country that has a leader that needs to work, I don't see anything wrong in capping from it. It is good, as the Prime Minister of Barbados said in a speech yesterday. And she look at the process that Dr. Mitchell took in governing, and the right step to take where you had no opposition leader. And I want to say kudos to her, and what work in a country, it could work. It could work. And Brother Shell, I want to say, see what happened with the Prime Minister, the DLP leader, while they were in government. You see now they hold on to the pride. When you have a father or a leader in a home that see things bad and because you hold on to pride and you don't want to borrow to help the situation in his home, you know what will happen to him? He will fall. He will fall hard. And that is exactly what happened with the DLP. The situation in Barbados was so bleak. Right? Yeah, I was listening to people who said they should go to the IMF, but he refused. He refused. And we see what happened to him because he hold on to his pride. And I want to say, no matter who comes with something and you look at it and see it working in the country, cap it. Do it because you are looking after people and you're looking to better people's living condition. And I remember with Dr. Mitchell, after he won the election, you know what he did? He get all the social party together to work together to help build and develop the country. And he didn't send anybody. But what happened to Barbados? They sent home about 3,000 people where a mother, a father, and a son was sent home. Right? And Brother, when you look at that, these people who think going to support a government who do them that, I want to say, when you are a leader, you have to support people, you have to care about people. And once you care about people, the people go return back kindness to you. And Brother Sheldon and Devon, you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, 4407377 and the overseas number.
347-329-3101.
In fact, I think we just missed a call on the overseas line. So, caller, you can call right back. All right.
You know what is very interesting about the Barbados effect is that persons have been saying, and so that only in Grenada, right, something like that could happen or continue to happen. You know, and the Barbadians have proved them differently. See, because
we go play something in a while. We have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone.
Good morning and welcome.
Guys, how are you doing today?
Quite
all right,
fine.
my friend.
Hello.
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead.
Yes, Devon and Sheldon. I think we should be proud at all the time. What is going to happen in Barbados from now on. And every example of Grenada will be taken. You know, I'm not surprised because I followed you up to the morning. You know, I was a bit panicked in the night when the polls were closed and the ballot they started counting after 11:30, almost 12 night, right? Mm-hmm. But after now on, every example of Grenada will be falling in Barbados. I can tell you that. Because the economy is in a very terrible state, you know, and I'm not surprised that Dr. Mitchell example will be taken on every step, yeah. Because Doc has lead from the front, and we recover. At the end of the day, I think we recover quick and fast from where we were. So, if a Dr. Mitchell's name will be mentioned in inauguration or whatever it is, it will be mentioned on a continuous basis, because Barbados will have to follow the example of Grenada. I could tell you that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, Grenada.
Hello? All right. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Grenada, we standing tall. You see, the Grenadian people has demonstrated that, look, if you want progress, if you want to ensure that things run efficiently, smoothly, fast, and everything like that, Man, just give one party the
Before
seats.
we go back to Barbados and the politics thing, though, before we run out of time, must say congratulations to little Miss Saint Mark Nikaya.
Oh, Nikaya Ferguson.
She make sure I learn how to pronounce her name properly before she left the studio.
I forced to pronounce
Nikaya.
it.
She made sure I learn how to pronounce her name properly.
Congratulations,
right?
my dear.
Young Nikaya out of Saint Mark's, who would have won the Little Miss Grenada pageant. Also, Miss Carrier Koo. Gittins. I'm remembering the surname for some reason. I can't remember the first name. Alia? I think it's Alia. Yeah, Gittins. From Carrier Koo. But also, let me just congratulate all of the participants and all the entire audience. I think everyone was totally into the show. I need to congratulate everyone involved. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Najuma.
Hi, morning. You're hearing us?
I'm hearing you. Good morning, Sheldon.
As soon as I say Little Miss Grenada, we get Juma to call.
Good morning, my dear.
I know I've been trying, but it's busy. The phone kept on saying busy.
Okay. But yes, very successful show on Saturday.
Yes.
And we would like to congratulate you all, the organizers, first of all, for a well put together event.
Thank you very much. Yes, the entire team worked tirelessly to ensure that we brought about the best production, the best event possible, and our contestants as well. My hat's off to them. Every single one of them embodied the quality of a Little Miss Grenada, of what we were looking for. There was one winner, but as I told them all, they are all winners in our book, and they are going to go on to become great citizens, productive citizens, and, just people who can change the world, because every one of them are so fearless now, and they are so much more outspoken, and that is what we wanted to do.
And I think each one of them, as you said, they had their own very special way of doing things and their own special quality that makes them exceptionally special. And I think the costumes were well done. The performances themselves by the young people, it was wonderful again. And I don't see anything to criticize. And I like to criticize, and I don't see anything to criticize there, except the fact that you all might have to move to the stadium next year, the way I hear people talking.
Yeah. I think so.
Yes, we may have to, but we're just so grateful that, people trusted us and trusted our vision, especially our sponsors, including yourself, the Hard Talk family, Wagati Sound and Rental Company, Dana's CCN, Amazing Colors, Ride Along TV. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many persons to thank, but to all of our sponsors who trusted us, we say thank you. And to the parents, Sheldon, I must say thank you to the parents of the little girls for trusting us, the entire Little Miss Grenada committee, for trusting us to have their daughter's best interests at heart. So we really appreciated that.
Yes, and I think the crowd itself was very receptive. I was sitting there in the audience, and myself and Devon, and we were hearing the comments, and and sometimes you go in something and you're sitting there and you hear the negative comments being cast by people behind your back or to your side, and we wasn't getting that in that pageant. You were getting that encouragement, and whether the person who was sitting there was from St. Patrick, you would hear them, yes, they shout for Miss St. Patrick, but they also shout for Miss St. Mark, they also shout for Carriacou, they shout for St. John. So to see that level of interest, and I think you had a special group of people there on Saturday, that they were giving encouragement to all of the young ladies.
I second that, Sheldon. I second that. They were cheering all of the young ladies on. You wouldn't know who was from St. Patrick or who was from St. Mark. And I think they took into consideration that these are young women, so they all needed the encouragement. And I really, really love that. You're correct.
Yeah.
And I must say thank you to our judges. They did a very, very good job, Nedra Francis, Selvon, Devon Francis, Cheryl, and am I missing anyone? I'm not sure. Yeah, but they did a very, very good job. So I want to say thank you to our judges as well.
Yeah. All right. And we just go ahead, Devon, ask the question.
No, I was just asking how is Shiloh coping?
I'm not hearing
How
you.
he is asking how is Shiloh?
Oh, Shiloh is well. Shiloh is well. She slept the entire day. Well, almost. So exhausted. But she was so happy to have, been a part of the event. She was rooting for all of the girls, and at the end, they all, did group hugs and exchanged numbers, and I just loved the unity backstage as well between the little girls. They've become best friends now, and that's what I wanted to create. I wanted to create like an empowered set of young women, young girls who will grow up to be empowered young women and encourage each other along the way. So Shiloh was happy to be a part of that, and Miss Sam Fletcher as well, who is such a light to all of our young girls. I want to say thank you to her as well.
All right, Juma, we'd like to thank you for your call this morning. And once again, we'd like to congratulate you, congratulate the young ladies, and particularly the winners. Well, they're all winners as far as I'm concerned. They're all winners. And, people took it literally. When I got in there, I had problems finding a park on Saturday. And after having problems finding the park, I realized that there were several buses from different areas. Yeah. So busload of people came down from the different areas to support their queens. And that's the type of thing that I think these young people need. They need that encouragement. They need that sort of energy, positive energy coming towards them so that they can continue achieving and developing positively.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, I saw several buses parked up in the parking lot. That's why I nearly couldn't get a park. I had to park up at the end.
Well, Sheldon, what time you got there, Sheldon?
I got there late.
You should have been on time. I told you to be there at 5:30.
I got there late and I had to leave early because of emergency, so I had to leave early.
Uh-oh.
So I got there late.
Thank you for coming, though. And I think they showed up,
I've not stayed until the end, but I had to leave before the results were announced. Yes. So as soon as the final category was over, I had to leave. I make sure I'm taking a dance and then I leave.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, definitely. And again, thank you, Hard Talk family. Devon, thank you. Nazin, thank you. And you, Sheldon, thank you very much for your support through all of this. And we will keep you posted on our casting call for the 2019 staging of the Miss Grenada pageant.
The amount of people we keep hearing in between, they saying, my daughter next year, my daughter next year. All they might have to have a preliminary wrongs, we.
I know, right? Right. The next one will be greater, Okay. But we appreciate all of the support that we received from everyone, near and far. Again, thank you.
No problem, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Okay?
Bye.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it was a show, man.
They're keeping Hard Talk real busy this morning. Boy.
It was a show. You know, one recommendation for next year, I hope they will take it on board. The different parishes and so, as you said, Sheldon, a preliminary rung for each parish, where you can look at not just the one that will come out to participate, but you will look at the others for potential. You know, and so on. I must really congratulate all the organizers.
Definitely might have to do a preliminary round on a parish basis.
To get the more.
Starting as soon as September, doing a preliminary round to get all of the young ladies, all 7 young ladies from the different parishes, to send them forward. I think each parish, though, was well represented. Cannot say that there was any parish that was not well represented by the person that they sent forward. All of the young ladies did exceptionally well. And I saw some dancers and so too. They were good, man.
Yeah.
They were good as well.
Oh, yes.
And to the parents, the parents were there, man, and supporting. And
you know what amazed me? The amount of young children between the ages of 6 and 12.
Classmates come down. The classmates come down in their numbers. The classmates come down in their numbers.
And everything like that. Kudos to the young people because they are looking at the future, right? And they want to be part of it. They don't want to get left.
Yeah.
Isaiah and all was. Oh, and I must compliment the young man who was chaperoning all the girls, all the young ladies.
The chaperone busy one.
Congratulations to you, young man. You have done a wonderful job. You understand? And I hope that the other component of the little Grenada pageant will include young men.
Yes, indeed.
In the future.
All right, folks, 4407377. We just have a few minutes remaining on the program today, but I thought it's important returning to Barbados. Yeah, I thought it's important you hear. Now, last week we played for you. What we played for them? Godfrey and Claudette talking about
Godfrey and Claudette.
We played this one. We played this one for them last week. Let me play the one we played for them.
Why is she always in the spotlight?
You see, in 2013, you know, the Democratic Labour Party, they won the elections just like the NDC in 2008, and they came in at a difficult time. You know, there was a global crisis and so. So in 2013, in fact, I remember in 2013. Their elections were 2 days after us. And when the NDC lost in 2013, I have a friend who's very active, a party activist for the Democratic Labour Party. He called me the morning after our election. He said, "What's wrong with you all? Will you ever hear about a one-term government, man? These people came in, you know, in 2008 when things were bad globally and so. Why the people of Grenada didn't give them a chance?" I said, "Well, I don't know, the people are spoken." He said, "Why they have to do 15 seats?" I said, "I don't know, I wasn't part of that. I didn't vote for 15 seats." You know, he was irate. He said, "What nonsense is that? I thought Grenadians are more sense." You know, that was his...
You had to tell them that the party self-destructed.
Yeah, that was his thing.
On the Grenadian people.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't even try to correct him when he said Grenadians should have more sense than that. In other words, we are no sense. We're stupid.
We are no sense.
Yeah, because we voted in a government with all 15 seats, we're stupid as far as that person from the DLP, the party that just lost 13-0, as far as the person, her friend from the DLP was saying, yeah, that we dotish because we voted in a party 15-0. They just voted in one 13-0 in their country.
And she condoning that too because she called them people Grenadians needy and greedy. So
yeah,
I don't expect nothing better
when you condone that kind of thing. But then you remember even before she said that last week on an NDC Heartbeat program on the 8th of April, she had this to say. Let me hear what she had to say then, boy.
What happens when there is actually in fact none, right?
As we have proven, not just on one occasion, but on three.
If any country in the Caribbean needs proportional representation,
it's Grenada.
Because it hasn't happened anywhere else.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I was speaking to a good friend of mine in Barbados yesterday, and he said to me, you know, in Barbados, the general feeling, the general reaction is that something went wrong in Grenada because they just can't believe, they just don't think it's possible for a government, especially a government that took your country to the IMF, to win 15 seats twice.
Yeah.
So he said to me, as far as we are concerned in Barbados, it's a foregone conclusion that something went wrong somewhere in Grenada.
Well, I mean, we are unique in the Caribbean in a lot of ways.
He say, I don't believe, nobody believes that the opposition party did not win at least one seat. So I said, well, the results are the results.
Yes.
He said, well, you know, you could say that, but out here, that's how it looks to us, that something went very wrong. And especially those people who are following your campaign, we did not see a campaign run by a party that can't win one seat.
Well, that's the point.
Oh, yeah? No wonder they run a party. Yeah, something was wrong in Grenada. So because the ruling party in Grenada won 15 seats. In fact, we did it from opposition too. So just because you won 15 seats, something wrong in Grenada, something can't be right.
Something can't be right.
Abejan was saying that, right?
Imagine that.
Abejan from the Democratic Labour Party was saying that, right? Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder why they end up with 30 sipping juice.
Yeah, they couldn't understand. They couldn't understand what happened in Grenada. That's why it come and it happened to them.
You see, and what they have to realize
and
is this Caribbean.
But go ahead.
You know, it's a Caribbean phenomenon. This thing is sweeping across the Caribbean. The Caribbean people, man, look, we are tired and fed up of politicians here, there, and everywhere doing all sorts of things. Let us stick to the political leaders and the party that has the people's interests at heart.
But Devon, I think it's even broader than that. To be honest with you, I think it's way broader than that. One, when it comes to, you have to look at one first aspect of it is that I, Sheldon Scott, Grenadian, will not go anywhere on the face of this earth and have people run down Grenadians
At all.
and stay there and not defend. I don't care if the Grenadians are not letting no other island, nobody from no other island, run down Grenadians.
Yeah, listen to her.
Yeah? I'm a Grenadian first. Yeah? Anything else come after. Grenadian first. So nobody ain't coming and run down Grenada. Nobody ain't coming and run down the majority of people in Grenada. Now, the vast majority of people voted for a government.
Exactly.
You cannot, therefore, allow somebody from another country to call the vast majority of people in Grenada dotish.
Yeah, stupid. They not
Or say
sense.
something wrong happened, like somebody thief a election or some kind of thing. If you making your stupid statements and you believe that Grenadians dotish, or you believe that Grenadians stupid, or you believe that Grenadians crookish, that's you. I don't believe that, and I will not tolerate anybody from any other country, any other political party, and my friends in the CDU, IYDU, IDU, and all the other organizations know full well that when it comes to Grenada, this guy here will stand up and defend. Not that they ever had anything bad to say. They always want to learn from Grenada.
Always.
All the other political parties regionally and internationally always want to learn from the new National Party and Grenada. But should they have decided that they're going to run down Grenada, me and standing up there and let them get away with that?
Man, hell no.
No way.
That's really. I'm wondering.
This is our country. We have a right to defend it and speak positively of it. If we go and bad talk it with other people outside, what do you expect the international perception of our country to be?
I'm wondering what that said person from the DLP is saying right now.
They're home crying. You can't say nothing.
Yes. Oh, and just a note before we go, the young man who was doing all the chaperone, Khalid Cambridge, happens to be the son of Wilt
Cambridge?
Cambridge.
Yeah, your
mother what? Congratulations, young man.
But also, another aspect to this that must be understood, and I want politicians to listen carefully. It's nothing about thief. It's nothing about obia. To be honest with you, in my view, it don't even have much to do with the election campaign that you run at the time that you have a campaign. It has everything to do with the quality of candidates that a political party put forward. If you put forward substandard candidates, what happened in Grenada and what happened in Barbados will happen to you. I'm saying that to my friends in the other islands. If you put forward substandard candidates, people that the people in your country know just can't make it, that this individual cannot make it as the leader of your country, that when you look at a particular candidate, you have to scratch your head because you're wondering, well, if this person has to be placed in a ministry, by God, which ministry are we going to place this person in? Because they're just incompetent. Incompetence will not be rewarded. Incompetence will not be rewarded. The Caribbean people are not stupid. Some people that still think we people used to just cut cane, drawers of water and hewers of wood. Yeah, that's what some people think of us. That we dotish and we stupid. Especially some of them, they make a little pass in university, they get a degree, they come back, them is lawyer, them is doctor, and everybody else stupid. Not all of them are like that, but you have some who all of a sudden, because they have a few letters after their name, or a few letters before their name, they think that everybody else who doesn't have a few letters before or after their name stupid. So they look at the guys on the blocks, and they say the guys on the blocks dotish, not understanding that these guys actually can analyze and even psychoanalyze things deeper than them, who went to university for as much as 10 years in some instances. But they perceive people as needy, greedy, and stupid.
But these people, they are so disrespectful with themselves, in my view. You disrespecting the persons who employing you. Now, how do you expect to get a job when you keep on cursing the employer, saying the employer dotish, the employer don't know what he's doing, and you're still going and apply for a job by the employer? I mean, that is so foolish by you guys.
Folks, we may not have post-cabinet tomorrow, so we're starting from 10. All right, we're going to continue tomorrow because we realize certain people all of a sudden they're afraid to talk about Barbados election.
Yeah, they touching it at all.
Coward.
They're begging for money instead.
They shame. They can't talk about Barbados election. They shame. I ain't afraid to say it. They shame. They shame. They shame. Yeah, because they know politics so good. They're so politically astute. What do I say it again? Dum. How you say it again? He's politically what, savvy?
Yeah, he's politically
He's
savvy.
so politically savvy, but he couldn't see another 15.
Right
He's
now.
so politically savvy, and they say no kind of thing about Barbados. They couldn't realize that what going on happening in Barbados happening in Barbados. Politically savvy me too.
Right now, he and Coletta two mango in the mouth. They can't even talk.
They swallow the foot. They swallow the whole leg up to the knee. Anyway, watch, let me go. Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. And we'd like to thank again the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force and Prison Service. What we'll promise you all, because we did see the questions coming up in relation to the prison service on the chat. And myself and Devon and Nazim, we have been working on a special program we want to do. You're going to get more information about it as we continue the discussions and see the possibility of it taking place. But we want to do a special Hard Talk program, especially in relation to the prison and what they're offering and so on and what is taking place up there. And we'll keep you informed. It should be happening soon. But as we get closer to it happening, we'll give you the information. Folks, we are out of here. We got to go. We can't stay any longer.
Peace out.
We got to move. We got to keep moving. That's all the time. And whatever you say, whatever you do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We are out.
Peace.
Inmates at Her Majesty's Prison is finding hope behind bars as they are learning valuable skills and receiving training that will equip them to live productive lives when reintegrated into society. All this in an effort by the authorities to reduce incidences of repeat offenders. Wendy Edmond has more.
As an inmate here, I have learned quite a lot. I've seen things that one would have not really able to decipher outside of the prison. I think generally prisoners, they spend the time, and some of them are well rehabilitated while others may not be inclined to do so, because there are other programs need to be put in place, and so in terms of avoiding that kind of behavioral pattern and so to repeat their time in the prison, But for internally the prison itself, I would say that they have some good programs, and think management is striving for betterment, and it's tough. It's not easy to run a prison.
There are a lot of different things you can do here, like we will be able to work the oven, mix flour, and it could help you like when you go outside to be on a more positive side of life to get a work, so you could open your own little business or so for yourself, and encourage others to see what you have done in prison. Okay, they could take your part and follow it and stay outside and be a very good citizen of Grenada, and empower other people to do good.
The rehabilitation program has been benefiting me in ways that helping me prepare myself for when I re-enter society, which is pretty soon. My time here has, I say it's been well spent, because the whole of Grenada know what I'm here for, and the idea is so when I go back out in society to live a productive life, look after my family and myself, and do my best not to ever come back in this place again, because being in prison has certainly changed my life in ways that it's hard to explain, but I know for myself I have made changes. Other officers here could attest to that. The type of person that I have come here as, there's a complete turnaround in my life. Rehabilitation program in jail may not be as much as we like, but as an individual, I am self-motivated. So whatever little rehabilitation program there is, I try my best to fit in myself to take full advantage of it.
The voices of inmates at Her Majesty's Prison who is finding hope behind bars. Life can hit you several blows at once, which can cause you to lose self-control and end up in conflict with the law. When this happens, the law takes its course and you run the risk of going to prison. But if you're serious about improving who you are and finding better ways to respond to your problems, rehabilitation behind bars can be a first step to empowering you and refocusing your life ahead of re-entering the real world. At the Richmond Hill Prison, inmates are given an opportunity to correct their wrongs by building better selves. The facility now offers several skills training and academic programs, as well as rehabilitation sessions, all for the sole reason of ensuring they are not repeat offenders.
The academic and the skills training, the CXC, the school leaving, and the Project Reach. Project Reach is a skills training program that we have in conjunction with the Ministry of Youth. And some of the inmates, they receive their CVQs in small engine repairs, poultry, rearing, electrical installation, and small engine. Yes, those are the areas. Because part of what we are interested in is when inmates come here, is for them to end up leaving here with a skill. And that's what we are doing, because many times when they leave with a skill, based on our own experience, we realize that they do not come back.
While these programs seek to enhance the well-being of the inmates, it also serves as an income generator for the operations of the facility. Poultry farming, crop cultivation, both at the prison and the Mardi Gras farms, electrical installation, building construction, and the bakery serves as the key areas of income generation. Alistair Stanislaus, an inmate in charge of the poultry farm, gave us an inside look of the farm.
I've been on the farm for the last 5 years, working along with Mr. Pierre and the other officer who used to be here before, Mr. Broffett. When I came, they used to do the poultry production was a bit less, but since I came out on the farm, I mean, with my expertise, they have decided to increase their production, which is pretty good, because now the prison is producing a lot of eggs and a lot of broiler meat what we used to consume on the inside of the prison. Currently, the capacity of birds we have at the prison, the layers, we have 2,500, and the broilers, we presently have 1,200. We have a capacity for 5,000 layers and 3,000 broilers, which I would still love to see the prison increase more than that, because they have the labor force. So if you have the labor force, you might as well invest and have the prison producing a lot more chickens for government institution, especially school feeding program, and start doing mass production, because mass production would always bring down the cost of what comes out in the end.
The bakery industry is said to be the highest revenue income earner at the facility.
The bakery opens at least 3:30 every morning, and we have approximately 18 inmates that work in the bakery. We begin by baking the bread. In fact, we use the mixer, and that mixer is basically a very old mixer. So we use that mixer for mixing the dough. After mixing the dough now, we weigh the dough based on the type of bread that we are making. After we weigh out all our dough, we roll the bread and so on, we put it to rise, and after rising and so on, we put it into the oven. Well, basically the timing of the oven is what type of bread we want to make.
Based on what you do here and the entire production, do you see inmates taking this out to their career after coming from here?
Of course, because we have inmates that left the prison, and when they went out, they work in other bakery, and some of them open their own business.
The government, through its youth development program and the Ministry of Education, plays an integral role in the implementation of these programs, and recently conducted a graduation ceremony where 21 inmates received a certification from the National Training Agency and CXC O-level passes. Principal at the institution, Leon Cornwall, says no one inmate should leave the prison walls without achieving any form of education.
In the academic stream, the program caters for inmates at 3 different levels of academic development, namely basic literacy and numeracy, school leaving, and the CXC. In our efforts to elevate the academic level of the inmates, we have been greatly assisted by 2 ministries, namely the Ministry of Education, in particular the examinations unit,
and the School Supplies Unit. And secondly, the Ministry of Youth in providing us with 4 Imani teachers during the period under review.
Superintendent Rupert Nichols at Her Majesty's Prison says it is important that the public is educated as to the operations at the facility, since it alleviates incidences of repeat offenders.
The population is reached the lowest ever in 4 years, and it came down to 410, the highest population being 523 in 2014. So as Mr. Stroud pointed out, the rehabilitation program, especially the skills component, is very, very good for the prison. And as was asked, the questioner was asked whether it is mandatory or the inmates would have to volunteer. In the past, we had inmates volunteering, but because we see the success of the program that is being run, both academically and on the skill component, we have plans to make it mandatory that when inmates enter the institution, they are assessed and placed in the area that we see that they could help them, make them better individuals to fit back into society.
Social worker at the Richmond Hill Prison, Christopher Stroud, believes that the programs are assisting in the reformation of these offenders. He indicated that there has been a decline in the population there.
And what we find is that most of the inmates who are involved in these programs, they do not return. So whereas in the general population, persons who are not involved in the program, any other programs at all, about 75% of them return. Whereas those who have received the skills are involved in other aspects of the components of the rehab program, about maybe 20% of them return.
With every correctional facility comes the issue of maximum security. At the Richmond Hill Prison, a new upgraded security system has been installed.
Anyone entering the prison must enter the security building. Whether by officers or inmates alike, they all have to enter here. Now, we have 3 different security checks here. We have the X-ray machine, whereby the personal effects will pass through the X-ray room, will be X-rayed. And we also have the walk-through scanner. And then we also have the handheld metal detector, whereby the person check you, give you a rub-down check with the metal detector. Since after we install this security room, we have great success in the prison in terms of alleviating some of the contraband items coming into the prison. So I can say we are moving forward. This is some of the things that we upgrade to, and we're looking forward for more things. The cameras, we have more cameras to install, but thus far, this is how far we reach as putting into our security system at the prison.
Overall, it's plain to see that the officers and managers at Her Majesty's Prison is doing all in their power to ensure a safe and conducive society by reducing the number of return offenders. They are doing this through programs like those instituted by the Ministry of Youth that provides skill training and development and counseling. It's not an easy task, but one that the authorities are willing and ready to tackle head on. For State of Affairs, I am Wendy Edmund.
Welcome back. The records show that the last 5 years under the Keith Mitchell-led administration has been some of the more brighter days the country has ever seen in over a decade. One of the major achievements under the current government is its ability to drastically reduce the unemployment rate from over 40% to now 24%. Abigail McIntyre explains how this was achieved.
Mr. Speaker, today, Grenada is now at the forefront of all class of activities. I can testify.
The government is celebrating an achievement it says warrants testifying for as it forges ahead with a mission to restore hope and put people back to work.
5 years on, we've seen unemployment drop from in excess of 40% down to 24%, almost half, which is a significant reduction over this period and an incredible achievement. When you compare it to what we faced when we came in.
These last 5 years, brothers and sisters, I believe in my lifetime has been the best 5 years I ever seen in this country. We have come too far to go back.
Reducing the country's unemployment rate from over 40% in 2013 to 24% has been a stunning accomplishment, and the period 2008 to 2013 pales by comparison. Staring into the face of a failing economy and growing unemployment, the Keith Mitchell administration returned to office 5 years ago, facing an uphill struggle.
So what we have seen is an influx of business entities, local, expanding, or those who are not even functioning come back on board, and they have captured and created employment for a number of Grenadians.
Tough decisions were necessary if the local economy were to rebound. A structural adjustment program was introduced, emphasizing increased revenue and reduced spending as part of efforts to stabilize the economy.
But what it demonstrates is that the measures that this administration has put in place since coming into office, in terms of re-stimulating the economy, creating new economic opportunities, we are seeing a direct correlation between improvements in our economy, increases in economic opportunities, and the reduction in unemployment.
And so I'm very proud, Mr. Speaker, of the record of this government. And it shows the leadership and the unity of this government. Because you must have a united team to achieve that. Everyone had to be on board. Everyone working together.
The policies of the Keith Mitchell administration started a turnaround in the local economy, fueled by large growth in construction and tourism as unemployment began a downward trajectory. This falling trend of unemployment is also attributed to the government's policy of pursuing a citizenship by investment program, which grew rapidly in 2017. Many of the new construction projects, employing thousands from Kawana Bay Resort to Renegade Rum Distillery, are as a result of the CBI.
All of these projects, those that have already commenced and those that will commence, all of them are going to produce jobs. They're going to create jobs, because in 9 cases out of 10, what we're looking at is construction activity. Once the construction activity has ended, then you have the operational phase, and that in itself, there's more job creation there.
This is an investor-friendly, a private sector-friendly government and administration, and we have been able to attract, through increased investor confidence, investment both from foreign investment in addition to our own local investors. So if we see private sector development and within the tourism and hospitality sector, we have numerous new hotels that are either under construction or existing hotels that are being redeveloped, upgraded.
The falling unemployment rate in the last 5 years can also be attributed to a policy decision by the Mitchell government to support small business. A loan facility by the Grenada Development Bank funded new small businesses and expanded existing ones.
This one was close to the Prime Minister's heart, because he said, if we have to create sustainable jobs and you give our young people who have a business plan and an idea the financing to start, and there is movement in the economy, nothing going to stop them.
That's how small people benefiting from it. Without that, where would you get the money?
Public and private sector activities are on a high, creating hundreds of jobs with the promise of more in the horizon. A growth is also being reported in the island's call centers, where hundreds of new jobs are now available.
In the Prime Minister's recent budget, he indicated there's been a decrease in the unemployment rate. We would like to think that KM's Trade Solutions would have certainly contributed to that success. currently employing over 350 employees, with anticipated growth to 500 employees in early 2018. Expect KM Spirit Solutions to continue increasing its impact on the overall economy.
I can challenge anybody today, anybody from any walks of life. Look at the work that has been done in Grenada today and tell us that the new National Party as a government is not at work. We are hard at work building our people, and that is what we will continue to do, brothers and sisters.
The old adage says, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And so the proof of government's efforts to stabilize the economy and restore hope to many is evident in the thousands who have been able to find employment and the many others who have been able to create employment for themselves and others. History has recorded government's performance over the last 4.5 years as they are able to boast of a significant reduction in the country's unemployment rate. This is an achievement worth testifying. I am Abigail McIntyre.
Investments in education are reaping returns. Today, many Grenadians are boasting of their achievements thanks to scholarships and grants from government to pursue their areas of study. Added to that, many schools and learning institutions have received major facelifts and in some instances, brand new facilities to accommodate proper learning. Annette Moore explains.
For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl.
The government of Grenada is taking its responsibility for education seriously. 10.1% of the 2018 budget, the second highest allocation, equivalent to $112.1 million, was designated for education and human resource development.
Well, there's been significant government investment in all areas of the education system, which then open up additional opportunities.
The Education Minister noted that since 2013, more than 1,000 scholarships in excess of $210 million have been awarded, with many recipients being youth.
I always said to myself, I have to become a doctor before I get to the age of 35. And I'm growing up in a home where my grandparents couldn't read and write.
Uplifting 1,000 minds in a 5-year period is a phenomenal achievement. It will have a direct positive impact on our national development and our national productivity. So this is a significant initiative by this administration.
Critical partners who provide scholarships include the People's Republic of China, the Republics of Cuba, and Trinidad and Tobago, and the St. George's University.
And the largest provider is St. George's University. So coming into office, we renegotiated the arrangement we had with St. George's University so that we are able to access even more scholarships.
Many of these are full academic scholarships. Additionally, the Education Minister says that approximately 3,500 national vocational and Caribbean vocational qualifications have been awarded through the Grenada National Training Agency.
Whether it is in trade areas, whether it is tiling, masons, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, etc., there's significant job opportunities right now in that area.
He noted that short courses offered by friendly governments such as the Republic of China, worth millions of dollars, have benefited many public officers.
It is the aggressive approach of this administration and the priority placed on it that we have been able to afford ourselves so many scholarship opportunities and more than we have received ever in our education history.
Where funding is required, the Grenada Development Bank has been instrumental in assisting students, particularly those with little or no collateral.
God gave me a loan, they made that dream possible. And now I got back home, a mobile practitioner, a private veterinarian, which means basically run my own practice, go around the island, all over the treat dog, cat, do surgeries, medical stuff. And I'm living my dream.
The Grenada Development Bank has a very important role to play. I think To date, they may have issued loans to over, I believe it's somewhere in the region of 150 students, valued at over $10 million to assist in student loans.
Working along with various stakeholders such as the World Bank, OFID, the Caribbean Development Bank, the European Union, the Basic Needs and Trust Fund, and other international donors, the government of Grenada has also invested in major educational infrastructure upgrades, benefiting more than 30 schools in the past 5 years.
The program value, somewhere in the region of $100 million, has been or will be spent on upgrading our school infrastructure.
The T.A. Marichaud Community College in St. George received a new technical wing in 2014. The Education Minister also explained that TAMCC will receive a major overhaul in the near future as part of 2 strategic initiatives. The first involves a review of the curriculum to make it more relevant, with the aid of the Petner Foundation and McMaster University in Canada. The other initiative will upgrade all campus sites with the assistance of the Caribbean Development Bank. A new administrative and technical wing were completed in 2015 for the Grenada Boys Secondary School, and also in that year, MacDonald College received a new technical wing and the St. David's Catholic Secondary School was refurbished, putting an end to major infrastructural concerns.
Having this new building is like coming out from bondage. You know, like the children of Israel, their freedom, we finally at the promised land.
In 2016, the Woburn Methodist School in St. George received outstanding new facilities that will also serve as a hurricane shelter. Additionally, the refurbishment of the St. Dominic's RC School in St. David and the St. Mary's RC School in St. Andrew were completed in 2016, while work on the St. Theresa's RC Preschool in St. David and the rebuilding of the Holy Cross RC School in Munich, St. Andrew is in progress.
Major works have been completed for St. George's Methodist, Constantine Methodist, and the relocation of Bishop's College.
In 2017, the Paraclete Government School in St. Andrew was fully refurbished, while the St. Patrick's Anglican School, in addition to being refurbished, also received a new wing and new toilet facilities.
Mr. Speaker, in 2018, a number of schools will receive major renovation and rehabilitation works. Designs and drawings are being completed to soon begin work on Bishop's College in Carriacou, SDA Comprehensive Secondary School, Presentation Boys College, and St. Joseph's Convent in St. George's.
This is funded by a $15 million US loan and $500,000 US in grant funding from the Caribbean Development Bank as part of the Grenada Education Enhancement Project. It will also fund the new school buildings for the St. Andrew's Anglican Primary and the St. David's Catholic Secondary Schools and teacher training, among other things.
But I believe it's not since the passing of Hurricane Ivan and Emily has so much been invested in the upgrading of our school infrastructure.
Teacher training and qualification upgrades has been another area of focus.
When we came into office in 2013, somewhere in the region of 2/3 of secondary teachers were untrained. They did not have the minimum qualifications required to teach, and 1/3 of primary school teachers.
Since 2013, Steele says more than 150 teachers have been trained and qualified, and this will continue.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.